because I didn't have enough healthy fat. So anyway, there are things like that that are bad. And so if you don't realize they are bad and you don't know how to interpret the signals you're getting from your body, then you can just spiral. So be careful who you take advice from. Anybody that tells you to smoke meth, probably you can just immediately be like, hard pass, not taking that advice.
And last but not least, we got a class today.
Yeah, we do. All right. So this is happening literally, like I have to start prepping for it in like an hour. So leadership mistakes that are costing you millions. This is one of our most productive master classes. This is for anybody that has a business that wants to scale it. You want to understand the leadership mistakes you're making, because I promise you, I walk people through this over and over and over, and you're making very basic mistakes that are costing you millions of dollars. I will walk you through exactly what you need to do to stop making those mistakes. I'm doing this obviously as a promotion for Impact.
I guess so.
Well, this person is going viral for the first time in the history of ever on social media for her comments about the United States, like we care.
Rich like the Americans are, see how greedy they are. They're even trying to shoot their friends or invade their friends just for greed. And we know that there's minerals and oils possibly in our underground, and that's worth so much more even than that. But even if we didn't have that, we would still not be
Eskimo with lip fillers.
So everyone here knows about the Inuit in Alaska and all of the native tribes, Indians, American Indians who are there. Their land was taken from them, and they haven't been treated that well in America.
We'll give you casinos.
And we know that Trump is very much surrounding himself, at least with the white power people. And we are not white, as you can see.
Marco Rubio.
We are of color. And so we know our rights probably would be taken away.
So a couple of things there. Did she just say that the Alaskan natives, that America took their land from them? Is that what she said?
Yes.
The natives. In
Yeah,
general,
the natives. Yeah. She's aware that like it was a land purchase from Russia, right? You guys want to take your chance with the Russians?
Yeah, and which other properties is she talking about? Is she talking about California, New Mexico, Arizona, Texas?
This is one of those things where they act like we're uniquely responsible. This goes back to this whole trope about us taking the land from Native Americans while completely ignoring that Native American tribes were taking them from other tribes in usually far more barbaric and cruel ways. Also, they try and paint this picture like Greenland is this peaceful country. Like we have this wonderful way of life that the United States wants to come in and disrupt. The suicide rate in Greenland is through the roof. It's 81 per 100,000. Like Japan would dream of that, to be clear. And that's the land of tiny plummeting bodies and suicide forests.
Jeez. What is, do we know ours?
Well, in Alaska, to give you an idea, because we wanted to compare apples to apples, a tundra wasteland, it's 27 per 100,000. It's not even close.
That's our worst state, too.
That's our worst state.
So that's Eskimo to Eskimo comparison right there. That's...
We say Inuit.
Oh, we say Inuit?
Yeah. Not in this studio.
Japan's about 16.
I'm about to go visit the Winuit Casino.
Think about that for a second.
It just works.
Hey, it's not working well, Greenland. Why? Because you're all killing yourselves. Like, your suicide rate, you're the trannies of the Alaskan tundra.
But we don't want them to be. We want them to be American.
Yes.
There's
a better way.
Do we?
Yeah, kind of.
Do we want them to be American?
Well,
Yeah, like Puerto Rico.
Kind of.
You want them to be American?
I don't want them to be American.
No, I want them to be like Puerto Rico.
Alberta, maybe. But I will say this. Do you guys know how Denmark came to be sort of in charge of Greenland? Like, has anyone gone through this history? We're just going to ignore all of that. I don't know if you know this, but like the Danes, they don't look like the Eskimos of Greenland. There was a period of time where there was a change. Did you know that? Yeah. Well, let me bring you back to the year 985, right? This is Eric the Red. You're familiar? Yeah. Greenland was discovered, colonized by this Norse Viking, Eric the Red. You're probably quite familiar with him. And just because there wasn't like a ton of bloody battles or war, that's just because...
Where were you in this video? It was just what popped up, so I assumed you were listening to it. Were you halfway through? I'll keep it going. I love it.
Because there were so few people, they didn't even know that he was there yet, and he the Nordics pretty much just said like, you know that you're ours now, and they were like, all right.
And to be fair, if he came across him, it probably didn't go well because his dad got kicked out of Norway for killing somebody, and then he got kicked out of Iceland for killing multiple people.
Right.
So not a super good guy.
Yeah, it wasn't like they were coming in peace, to be clear. Then there was the 1814 Treaty of Kiel,
Yeah, that's
where
a good one. It
this
didn't
was
get too
during the,
far,
kind
it
of
was
the
a bit
Napoleonic
bored.
Wars.
Electric
Denmark
Elm
agreed to sort of cede Norway
Nothing
to
to do with
Sweden.
that,
And
yeah.
I'm not going to lie
Was
to
it
you.
very tame to watch?
I am not a
Okay.
historian on this because it's pretty much all the same to me. That area of the world, it's very homogenous, and I understand there's a difference between Nordic and Scandinavian, and I get that the Swedes would be really mad if you compared them to the Norwegians, but you know what the point is, we really don't care.
Hey, we're not all the same.
Yeah, we're not the same. We're the ones we do thin
different things.
pancakes, and they eat fish soup. Whatever.
Who cares, dude?
We need it for a matter of national security. So Denmark,
Is this big?
yeah, they retained control of Greenland, which was a Norwegian territory. And let's go through actually this idea that the United States would be far worse as far as rulers of Greenland. And I know that this sort of comes from this idea that socialism is by default good because they get free health care. You know, they get paid paternity, maternity leave for 8 years or whatever the hell it is in these Scandinavian countries. So they think like, yeah, these people actually want these social safety benefits.
It's this big.
And they've been treated well by Denmark. It's actually a really awful history. I know you don't often think, when you think of colonizers, you may think of the British, you may think of the French, you may think of the Portuguese, the Spanish. In some cases, actually, the Belgians were really bad.
Yeah.
You may want to look into the history of Denmark and Greenland a little bit before you start shouting foul at the United States. And by the way, we're going to continue with this. We have some more clips. We have some more facts here on the history of Greenland. But you do have to join Rumble Premium. Click that button right there below. $99 a year or $99 a month. You get everything ad-free, 100% more show, all of the content that you see. This brings me to key fact number 2. In the 1950s,
I just read the comments on this video, getting accurate history because comments always right. They were enlightened there, seemed legit, and one was really detailed. Yeah, cities following, cuties following. Yeah, I do have cuties following, little calcifiers. That's very cool. Yeah, history is one of those things that, just like language, has been really perverted. And I assume anybody who's like basing something on like some kind of historical thing probably doesn't even understand the historical thing. So I'm just like, oh, this is just like a feeling you have about this thing. You don't actually have any like factual basis for it. You just don't like a thing. It's called emotivism. Yeah, emotivism. And it's essentially, you can say, oh, I don't like these people because they colonized my country. But it wasn't because they colonized your country. You just don't like those people. Like, you just have the emotion of not liking those people. It's not based on any facts.
Denmark
Anytime I hear history
forcibly
stuff-
removed 20 children from their homes in
Oh, my
Greenland.
brain.
And I know it doesn't seem like a lot, but that's like 30% of their population. And the goal was to sort of foster an elite to govern Greenland. It didn't work. In the 1950s and 1960s, the Danish government forcibly relocated coastal Greenlanders into cities. This was aimed at consolidating the population.
Ah, they ghettoized them.
Yes.
Yes.
Yo.
15-minute cities.
Which, by the way, if you know about, like, the worst group of people to ghettoize are Eskimos.
I didn't know that.
They don't do very well in large cities because they're technologically very, very rudimentary, and they're drunks.
Only 2 to an igloo.
That's right. Hey, don't do anything I wouldn't do. Keep both feet on the ground. That's a dad with dating teenage Eskimo daughter.
Okay.
No Eskimo
Okay.
kisses until you're married. Noses at opposite ends of the room. And here's something else. In the 1960s, while they were relocating people or they were ghettoizing them, Danish doctors forcibly sterilized more than 4,500 Greenlandic women.
Henrietta Bertelsen was forced to learn Danish in school as well as to submit to Danish doctors. One of them did something to her that haunts her to this day. When she was just 13 years old, all of the girls in her class were told to report to the public health officer.
We were to be fitted with IUDs. Some of the girls were already crying in the waiting room. We were so young and had never had anything to do with boys. The IUDs they inserted were big, actually intended for adult women. I remember the terrible pain, and that none of the grown-ups paid any attention to me.
Yeah, that would seem pretty bad because it is. But it's also in line with leftist European socialist sort of ideas and policies. And here's the thing. People say, well, these people have a really peaceful life. Their suicide rate does not reflect that. Yeah, but look at all these things. They have free health care that they don't have, for example, or they wouldn't have in the United States. Well, up until recently, before they were a conquered people through entitlements, and by the way, people can become a conquered people through entitlements, they really didn't like a lot of their rulers because of the infringements of their freedoms. The priorities have just shifted, which brings us to key fact number 3 here. Greenland was actually going to be an EU member state, but they left in 1985 because not just because they were being taken out of the coastal cities and put into ghettos, not because they'd been forcibly sterilized, not because daughters had been taken from their families, but because European Union fisheries and their policies, they would have deprived Greenland of really the right to manage their own fishing, which is 90% of their exports. So back when they actually wanted to be commanders of their own destiny, they weren't big fans of this. They didn't really have a say in it. There was just some guy in a funny red beard who showed up and was jacked for the time contextually, and there was nothing they could do about it. Now that someone is willing to come in and say, hey, you know what, we actually need to do this a better way, and it's kind of important to us, Europe is throwing a fit. They don't want to face their own evils. And you can apply this, by the way, to slavery. You can apply this, by the way, to atrocities committed, I don't know if you know this, even throughout the 20th century. Europe hasn't gotten it right. I don't know if you know, a lot of people died. There's a lot of stuff going on in Europe that you wouldn't necessarily see as virtuous. But now they want to tell Americans, the people who've come to the rescue, that you actually don't have a say in...
Okay, so this is the part I hate about, I don't want to say Americans, but like the liberal Western ideology, because it is an ideology. You do a thing and you do a good thing. So let's say America goes up there and takes over, and they do right by the people. Like, give them more freedoms. They do all the nice things. But then they say and they think that they're morally good for doing it. And I think that's the part you can't do. I think you have to go up there, do the right things by your own conscience and like what you think is right. But you can't say or think that you're morally good for doing it. I think you just have to do it, say nothing, think nothing. And I know that's hard because, like, you want to justify some of the bad things you're going to have to do a lot of good for a lot of people. And we're talking about, I use the word good, which is morally loaded, but I just mean you have to do the things that you think is right for you. But it has to be for you. It can't be because you morally think it's right for everyone. Like, what's morally right for you is not what's morally right for everyone. So whenever he's just like, when he says stuff like that, I'm like, oh man. See, that's the part that people have problems with. Like, because everybody's just like, hey, I don't think it's right that you're coming over here. What if I want to be a slave to China? You know? And then I'm like, oh fuck. You can be like, it's better for you to be free than a slave. And they can be like, well, fuck you. Like, fuck you and your ideology and your morals and your bullshit. When you should just say, hey, this is just how it's going to be now. I think there's a big difference between public perception of government actions versus government understanding of its own actions. Doesn't do anything morally. Yeah, that's what I'm saying though. That everybody should know that the United States government is not a moral creature. So when you vote, you should vote on what you think is morally right for you and like your conscience. But then don't think you're a good person for voting that way. Government doesn't do anything morally right, just lesser evils, just always benefit some way. They paint it as, oh, we save people, but they're just getting to build bases and regional, no governments are moral. They can't be. Yeah, exactly. So when he says, when we come up there and here, I'll rewind it so I can listen to his phrasing again.
They don't want to face their own evils. And you can apply this, by the way, to slavery. You can apply this, by the way, to atrocities committed, I don't know if you know this, even throughout the 20th century. Europe hasn't gotten it right. I don't know if you know, a lot of people died. There's a lot of stuff going on in Europe that you wouldn't necessarily see as virtuous. But now they want to tell Americans, the people who've come to the rescue, that you act.
The people who come to the rescue. So it's this mindset of you think you're coming to the rescue because you're gonna set them free. And for you, you're like, freedom's my highest virtue. Yeah, and most Americans feel that way. When it comes down to brass tacks, you ask Americans, what's the one thing you'd want to protect? It's essentially, I don't want other people to tell me what to do outside of what I have to let people tell me what to do just to live in the society I want to live in. Like it tends to be people's highest virtues here. Like when you go down to the brass tacks, and that's not like you or me, but that's like, I think majority of people are just like, hey, I just don't want other people to tell me what to do outside of the minimal amount they have to just to keep society going. Come to the rescue is shitty. No, it's not rescue. It's essentially a mafia that certain countries pay for protection. Yeah, which, by the way, I think is good. I like America as the mafia. All right? I like it. I think you guys are a lesser evil than a lot of the other evils in this world. But at the same time, that's why I don't like this. I don't know what to call it. It's because it's like it's like the Obama, Bush, kind of like, we're gonna come over and give you guys freedom thing. And you would think after like all the Iraq stuff that people kind of got disillusioned by it, but I don't know how much of it is like needed propaganda and how much of it is something we can do away with. Yeah, exactly. Saying we're good because of it is super misleading. Calling it colonial is also incorrect. Yeah, calling it colonial is also not. That's a different ideology. Just saying your ideology is bad. Yeah, I do wonder how much, because if you think about like dumb people, like, do we need dumb people to understand that we need to do good things in a simple way, and the best way to do that is to say it's just morally good? Like, is that the utility of religion? Is that the utility of morals on a national stage? It's just say, hey, we're gonna do a good thing. Some bad stuff's gonna happen, but it's all in all gonna be a good thing. I think Trump is bringing back that America's savior thing, since other places right now are struggling with culture taking over shit. The world scale, no good thing is truly good. Someone always pays a price. Yeah. Yeah, but what do you think? Do you think Trump's bringing it back because it's needed? Because before then, it seemed like we were just getting sold down the river by a whole bunch of bullshit. When you guys weren't the saviors, it seemed like things were getting a little dicey there for a second. I don't have a third option right now, but it's either you guys are the world cops and you're the saviors, or you're not the world cops and people just stealing shit. Yes and no. I think it's different kind of illusions that I want to believe about him. Like it's super insured to believe otherwise. He's selling that warfare, but yeah, I agree. I agree that Trump is definitely selling the American savior thing. I just don't know if it's needed or not. I want to say it's not needed because I can rationalize, you guys doing hard things just to do hard things, just to make sure no bad stuff happens. But yeah, you're probably right. It's probably just part of another. A lot of things just run in cycles, so maybe you guys just need to ramp up the savior juices, and then burn out some savior juices, and then come off savior juices every 100 years. It's not needed, super impractical, but people have missed that. Man, see, that's my thing though. So you say it's not needed and super impractical, but people have missed that. I think people need it. They don't know they need it. It is impractical, but they don't think it's impractical. And I don't think people have missed it. I think people need it. I don't know. Like this is what I want to believe, is what you said. But it's just not how the world works. Like there's just so many dumb people who need to feel good about what they're doing. And I wish that could be replaced with just like, but I don't know. Maryland, perceptions, do they have to excuse to believe it again now? And it's backfiring if we hold on to it too strongly. Yeah, I do agree that if you cut off the savior juices early rather than later, you guys will probably do better. America has been told to hate itself. I mean, it's so much. Yeah, I will say I would much rather have a coked up, power hungry, fucking America than a wimpy fucking coward rat of America. I'll tell you one thing. I guess I'll just wait till a third option happens. In the meantime, though, I will enjoy the cycle of you guys doping savior juices.
Actually don't have a say in what goes on over here. You can't colonize them because we've done it. It's okay for us. It's not okay for you. They don't ever think about this when they go, yeah, well, tell us, you Americans, you're on stolen land, what you did to the Native Americans. What land did we flee? And how did you come to procure it? Why is the United States always declared guilty for, yeah, sure, you could say colonized, but the big difference is we came here and we actually traded, and that's why there are more people who are 1/16 Cherokee than ever before, because they actually intermarried, and of course...
They have their own reserves, unlike other countries. They don't have their own reserves.
Yeah.
But they make their own laws, and they're allowed to govern their own people.
Right.
It's a lot different. The Supreme Court just gave the Cherokee half of the state of Oklahoma.
Right.
Like 4 or 5 years ago.
Do you know when Europe stopped colonizing? Do you know when it really stopped? When America became powerful enough that it was a non-issue. They're like, oh.
After World War I.
The third object is neither side pretends to be moral or virtue signal anymore and just accepts reality of being a world power, because being the savior is a virtue signal too. Yeah, I guess that is the third option. I just don't know if enough people can do that. I don't know if enough people in modern day can think that way without some kind of moral bridge. I think people use moral bridges without knowing they use moral bridges, and when there's no moral bridge, the brain doesn't compute. I don't know, maybe I think too little of some people, but it just feels like that's what religion was invented for. It was that, like, humans are moral creatures, and we have like these two moral bridges of being like, oh, I love to take care of my wife because it's morally good, even though, we're arguing right now or whatever. Or I want to fight for my country because it's morally good. Otherwise, the action itself is not rational. To go and die for something, like your life is over afterwards. It is necessary for young and the military. Yeah, it works against young people in the military, not to paint it with virtue too. Religion was made to put rules around two most extreme experience sex and war. I like that. Religion is made to put rules around the two most extreme human experiences, sex and war. That's good. Yeah, I don't know how important moral bridges are. It seems like they're important. I'll have to think more on it, but I wish the third option you said was a reality. Because I like it when people are just straightforward and they say, "Hey, this is kind of how things go right now. We're the world power, and we're just gonna do what we gotta do to keep the world order." World order. Men have a need to bleed and fight. True.
We're going to basically stop this. If we didn't exist, they'd still be doing it.
If they were powerful enough to do it, they would be doing it.
Of course they would be doing it. And theirs, unlike here in the United, came with no freedom, to be clear. So if you're going to compare, let's just say it's a wash, both in one form or another. You know, you could take the British Empire, the French, whatever, colonize. Well, one comes with more rights than before you were colonized. One comes with less. And why do we care what Europeans have to say? And I'm not saying we should put boots on the ground and conquer Greenland, but this dialogue being spurred right now, it's a good thing. We do actually need to have a say in Greenland, because not only is our protection of Greenland being completely taken for granted, but Europe is becoming fundamentally untrustworthy. They're untrustworthy in a multitude of ways. They're untrustworthy because they don't keep up their end of the bargain in their military spending. They're untrustworthy because they're not able to protect not only the free world, but really their world as they know it. They don't follow through on the threats that they make. They are untrustworthy because they jail their people for speaking out against the government, for example. And they're untrustworthy because they claim to be our friends when they don't act like friends. For more proof, you can also see Canada, that I know is not a part of Europe, but it's a silly place that still has the Queen on its fucking money. So here's what Trump laid out, actually, on Truth. He wrote,
"That has a queen on their money." Imagine how hard it would be to get young, able men to join the military if you told them they were going to follow orders that are necessary and the lesser of two evils rather than saving the world. Fuck yeah. I think the neutral mentality is unfortunately earned and gatekept by intelligent and age. If you don't have that perspective by a certain age, I know you're stupid. Yeah, this is the conclusion I've come to as well. Is that I think there are a lot of people out there who are intelligent, wise individuals who understand that, strength is just a universal truth, and you should wield that strength to do as little harm and as much quote unquote personal good that you think, and then let the best man win. But I think there's a bunch of young and dumb people who need to be told that what they're doing is righteous. Had to rewind, wait for me. Okay. Actually, that's all I have to say. I agree. But I think that's the conclusion I came to as well. I'd be interested to know the percentage on how many smart and wise people there are, but I have a feeling it would be frighteningly small. As best knows now.
shockingly, our brilliant, in quotes, NATO ally, the United Kingdom, is currently planning to give away the island of Diego Garcia, the site of a vital U.S. military base, to Mauritius, and to do so for no reason whatsoever. There is no doubt that China and Russia have noticed this act of Total weakness. That's what it is. The UK is giving away extremely important land, is an act of great stupidity, and is another in a very long line of national security reasons why Greenland has to be acquired. Denmark and its European allies have to do the right thing, Caps. That's also not the most important reason we need Greenland. Put that on the list.
Swing.
Let me give you some context.
Come on.
We all know how Lane's going to feel about that because there's a slight Asian tinge.
There's also a slight man tinge.
Yes, there is a little bit of that. To put it in context, what was the total number of troops sent by Europe yesterday? I think it was like 35, something like that.
Yeah.
Total. Okay.
Single digits from some of them.
Yeah. This conversation is only taking place because we are benevolent. Let me make the case. The least populated state in our union is Wyoming. Okay? Their National Guard is 1,500 servicemen. So Wyoming could literally kick Greenland's ass in a war, including all the European troops there right now. And then, making millions of dollars, Taylor Sheridan would no doubt create a show around it. Working titles were, I believe, Greenstone, Greenland Man, but they finally settled on 1880 Greenland.
Out here, the edge of the known world, the land don't forgive and it sure as shit don't forget. It's 1880 Greenland, even though it ain't on any map that matters. Ice stands where towns ought to be. Wind howls like a bad reputation. Noble horses are replaced with dog teams. 6 guns replaced with harpoons, and the laws written in fucking frost and bone. Stepping over these dead Eskimo bodies. Every step is a gamble. Every winter's a showdown. This is a frontier without mercy. And survival is the only badge worth wearing when the icy winds blow over you like a cruel mistress, using you for your body. And the sun has whiskey dick.
Well, shit. I'm signing up for Paramount Plus right now.
Yeah, it looks good.
Yeah, I'm in it. But one thing that I think is kind of going underappreciated here is there's a lot of European countries catching strays here because this is really being spearheaded by what you would call the liberal Northwestern countries like the Scandinavians and the Germans and the British. The Eastern Europeans, like the Polish and the Hungarians, and even the Southern Europeans, like the Spanish and the Italians, don't care at all because what are they going to do? Get rid of the United States as their key ally so they can defend a piece of ice that has no strategic importance to them? This is not a unified Europe, and they're trying to push this narrative that it is, and it's just completely unfounded. And I think Trump knows that he can kind of work those the faults that are existing between these countries. So I think we will get Greenland.
They are trying to press that unified thing. I saw multiple people online saying this is the most unified Europe's ever been.
It's the most unified, like 4 countries that are rich and
like,
liberal in
what?
the Northwest have ever been.
I'm surprised a guy who's so skilled in negotiation doesn't talk more about acquiring, purchasing, and not taking over. You know, that's what's pissing people off.
Yeah, people don't want to be took over.
Yeah,
I guess they want to be bought.
You say Europe is unified.
Uh-oh.
I guess we better sit down and have a conversation about what that looks like. Because the real question is how many godforsaken faggots can you fit in a room? Scandinavian countries, Nordics, as you refer to them. I don't know the difference. I wouldn't know the difference between a Swede, Norwegian, Icelandic, or a Dane. The only smargy-burgy-fergy fucking chef dialogue I want to hear is coming from my 45. Lane the brain.
That sounds good to me. I agree.
He's fired up over there.
I'm pretty pumped.
Lane couldn't think on his feet.
Lane's going to go buy a pack of Marlboros.
Commonly referred to what you might call a ginger. It's a recessive gene, an abomination, an affront to our almighty creator. They have no souls, and so he has no thoughts. Your thoughts, Lane?
I feel like I'm being pulled in a lot of directions. Sam Elliott's, I'm getting, it's like they say, don't meet your heroes.
Be about the first time you ever been pulled. Because one thing you see about Lane here Guess he's never felt the warm embrace of a lady. They see Lane, for all his traps, biceps, abdominal muscles, there's not enough in the world to remind that lady that he's anything other than a ghost. A figment of a bygone era, long lost, when we tolerated those who were genetically inferior. The complete lack of pigment, which is why he has to drive himself into the arms of the unholy alliance of Pan-Pacific race, the Asians, whose cruelty know no bounds. I have that right, Link? Approximately?
That's pretty much right. They do a lot less than white women, though, so it's not a loss all the way around.
See, that was the moment that Lane realized he wasn't man enough. Didn't have the spine enough to handle a woman who could speak her mind. Oh, yes, sir, no, sir, me so honey. Is what...
No.
It's a new style. I have a mustache on my lower lip.
What you chewing on there, Sam?
I know what you hipsters are thinking. It's a new style, Troy. Well, you can talk about that while you sip your fucking macchiatos on your penny farthing bicycles. Remember old Sam did it before it was cool. Someone...
This is the equivalent of like dad humor. It's cringe, but it's also kind of funny.
Get me off this godforsaken camera.
You guys want to take your chance with the Russians?
Yeah, and which other property?
Someone get me off this
That's what I say. It is what you said. Oh my God, Dad, you're so bad. Same brain.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. That's pretty much Landman. You just summed it up. That's the whole show. Can you do a Billy Bob Thornton?
I can work on it, but right now I'm still, my mind is somewhere else.
Right. Greenland.
Yes.
You know what's fun about Greenland? Can anyone name a city?
Nuke.
No, that was the drug in RoboCop 3.
Oh, well, I'm pretty sure it's the capital, too. I think it's the only city.
How's it spelled?
No, that's the place that sells really bad pizzas.
No, that's what we do to it if they keep screwing around.
What's the Greenland-Iceland switcheroo? What was
so
that?
it is true. Eric the Red, right? He did call it Greenland because he wanted people to. He didn't want them to be scared off. I don't know if the Iceland thing is true, where they wanted to scare people away from Iceland, because I will tell you that my knowledge of the difference or the contrast between Iceland and Greenland is primarily based on D2, the Mighty Ducks sequel.
Dude, I was gonna say that. The only thing I know is that Iceland won and
no,
Greenland didn't win nothing.
Like the Vikings saw some ice and they're like, Iceland, okay. And that was the end of it.
That was the end of it. But Greenland, they're
Greenland
like,
is.
we have to change the name or no one will come here.
Yes.
Right?
Yep.
Yeah. So they were liars.
They were liars. There might be some Greenland. I've never been.
And nobody went, by the way.
Yeah.
56,000 people. Nobody went.
Well, I think the Norwegians were there, like in their little colonies for a while, and they kind of pieced out because it sucked.
Imagine trying to communicate with the outside world from Greenland at that point in time.
I think that's the place where the movie Klaus is based.
It's based in Greenland?
It must be.
I honestly have no idea, but they couldn't have sent like a carrier pigeon.
The Starlink, maybe? I don't know.
They wouldn't have been able to send anything. They would have actually had to make the trek and boat and
they'd have to wait till summer, right? Spring, summer?
Yeah.
I imagine waters are pretty icy.
I think it was Eric's son that was the first person in North America, too. I think Leaf, whatever. I think that was his.
Yeah, well, I don't know if you know this,
Leaf. Who? Eric's son?
Yeah.
Well, Lane, as a fellow ginger, reminds Stephen that Eric the Red probably had a shade, I'm thinking, of red.
Very red.
That whole, yes.
When I'm picturing
all those conquerors did, so.
Every time I read about him, I just picture Yukon Cornelius.
Yeah, exactly.
I assume that's who it was.
Right. Yeah.
With harpoons.
Just killing people instead. And the Vikings, by the way, were scared off by Native Americans. A lot of people don't realize like that. The Native Americans they fought with Vikings here. And the Vikings were like, screw this, we'll go somewhere else where people aren't savages. And these were people who had no problem waging wars, you know. And
They loved it.
They were like, what? They're cutting off the scalps? Let's fuck it up.
Get back to the boat.
Do Norwegians sound like Swede? I don't even know.
I don't.
It doesn't.
They sort of sound like it's a little bit just sort of staccato is the way they'll kind of talk like that because that's their language.
Like Elon.
But
A little bit.
Swedes, though, it's almost you can't discern an accent. It's like less than American regions. It's so good.
Yeah, they do speak English pretty
It's
well.
amazing.
I've got to imagine your level of, you know, sort of how adept you are in English. It probably correlates with how useless your language is outside of your relatively small country.
Dying language.
Like
excellent.
Spanish people, they can go a lot of places and get away
Spanish,
without learning
French.
English. The Swedes, not so much. Once you get out of Sweden, you better be bringing something else to the table. So might as well be English.
Or
Yeah.
a good body.
That's true. That's true.
Well, who planted all
Right.
the gorgeous women and strongest men on earth in Iceland? That had to be that had to be purposeful.
I mean, I think it's just because it's a limited population when they get there, and at that point, you know, they're not so concerned with decorum. Where if you're ugly, you're just being pushed off the iceberg. That's what I think happens there.
Did they play King of the Iceberg? They probably did.
They probably did. Well, there's also gigantism. You know, like the giant squid and all those colossal animals of the sea. They live in the depths where it's really cold. So I guess the same applies to people. Those cold shock
that
proteins,
makes sense.
you know, just breed scarily large people.
And speaking of gigantic, you watched the Troll movie, right?
The first one, yeah. I've heard the second one is terrible.
It's not much worse than the first one.
No, neither one is very good. But yeah, so I mean, you know, that's what they bring to the table. Strong men. That's about it.
They looked pretty strong in D2, the Mighty Ducks.
They did.
They were men. Those
had-
were men playing against boys.
Yeah, they had facial hair.
And a girl. They did.
Yeah, they did have facial hair. I wonder what they thought
Their
about
jerseys were black.
Their jerseys were black. And we had a
Yeah,
black
'cause that's-
guy.
And we had a black guy. That's right.
knuckle pucked
and he knuckle pucked him.
Yeah.
And I think Goldberg's a drug addict now.
Is he?
Well, he was at one
That's
point.
like half of those people.
Whether he was or is, the fact is he was always Jewish.
That was, yeah. It's hard to argue with that.
Yeah, well.
It's like the middle sister in Full House. She ended up becoming addicted like to heroin or stuff. Huge set.
Yeah.
Jodie Sweden, is that her name?
Yeah, sweet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's out. She
It's
was
the
out
only thing you
protesting
see.
recently.
Really?
Yeah, it was last year sometime she was out protesting, doing some stuff.
Oh, okay.
People were like, hey, it's you from Full House. She's like, hey, can I have $1?
And you're like, show us your puppies. And she's like, okay.
Sure, so sweet puppies.
That's how I think it works. Did we have anything breaking while we were here? I saw that Macron looked like he'd been up all night having having coke
Yeah,
parties.
Macron's bitching about Trump at Davos, but there was a truth that came out where Trump is whining more about NATO. Not whining, I mean, valid arguments. He said, you go ahead, Nick, you want to read it?
Let me see. Okay, you want me to? No single person or president has done more for NATO than President Donald J. Trump. That's me. If I didn't come along, there would be no NATO right now. It would have been in the ash heap of history. Sad. Very sad, but true. President DJT.
I don't think that's true, but that's funny.
It's hard to argue.
I mean, ash heap, okay, irrelevant, sure. Irrelevant, sure. And it's not just Donald Trump because all the presidents before that, they just kind of played ball. I just don't understand how the United States is how anyone thinks they have a leg to stand on, accusing us of being the bad guy when they signed a contract, didn't honor it for decades, and have continually asked us for billions upon billions of dollars
That's
to
entitlement.
protect the rest of the world.
Is it because we didn't beg them? Is it because Trump came out and was like, hey, you have to do it?
You know what it is? It's because they know that we are not an empire. You think there would have been a NATO in the era of the British Empire or the Portuguese where they would have signed an agreement and dared cross them? Of course not. It's because they know that we're benevolent. They know, hey, we now live in a time, guys, where the most powerful nation on earth, to a degree that's largely unseen, actually isn't taking over all our shit. And so we signed a contract, and they're actually not going to kill us if we don't honor it.
And we actually helped them out.
Yeah.
In so many ways.
And he's incredibly right, though, about the way that NATO behaves vis-a-vis us, because we have these global interests that they have no interest in helping us towards.
Right.
Which is why the British, under some sense of false morality, will give back Diego Garcia to Mauritius, which Mauritius every day gets closer to China. They're signing free trade agreements, cultural agreements. And in the meantime, when we're having the biggest geopolitical struggle of, the United States history against China, Britain's like, here's a very strategic asset, China, that you can have.
Yeah.
What's the purpose of an ally if they treat you like that?
Yeah. Or Canada.
Yeah.
Same thing with Canada. That's why I say we might want to actually do sort of brackets and go through the way the world sort of shakes out. I mean, if Alberta separates, let's say we knock Cuba around a little bit where we actually give it back to its people. All right, now we have some very different partners. We have much more access to energy with Venezuela, Alberta, and of course Cuba would be strategically pretty important militarily. I'm still amazed that we allow anything surrounding our coasts to be controlled by a communist government when they would have no way to keep it. That changes a whole lot. And if that happens, and it's very successful and it's bountiful, I bet you'd see Saskatchewan and then basically Alberta all the way up. You end up connecting the United States straight through Alaska. That is something that could happen in our lifetime if people grow a spine. I think a lot of people think we're sort of past this period of Balkanization. I mean, even if you just look at like Yugoslavia, Serbia, what happened to Croatia, like these things happened in our lifetime.
Yeah.
And in some cases for far less than Alberta would be able to list as far as their grievances with Canada. So why wouldn't we take advantage of that? If our choice is we'll keep doing it the way we're doing it with Canada, or try and encourage the map to change where people will have more control over their own destiny, they'll actually be more represented while they're being taxed, and that's a good thing. I don't know why we play ball with this.
What's the status on the signatures to lead to the referendum? It's getting pretty close.
I think it is getting pretty close.
Yeah, I wonder if someone could check on that.
Have a look.
Yeah. As I understand it, it was pretty close. Last I checked, they have to do the signatures, then get it to a referendum vote.
What do you think the referendum looks like? Is it?
It's one of those kind of. It's a toss-up. It's always tough with a country that has a largely conquered people.
Well, Quebec set a standard now for that, so that you can't argue. Well, you can't break away. You don't have sovereignty. Well, you let Quebec do a referendum twice.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And it was close.
Yep. Very.
So, all right. Unless there's something else.
Right now, they have 4 months to gather the remaining 178,000 signatures. I'm trying to see what they're at right now, but that seems like a very doable thing.
Was
we
the
could
threshold
do that in our
400,000?
suburb that we're sitting in right now, but in a province like that, it's a little tougher. I think they'll get to it.
Yeah, I think they'll probably get to it.
What's the population of Alberta? It's a few million, right?
I mean, what cities are there?
Calgary,
Edmonton? Oh, Edmonton and Calgary.
You're right, Stephen. 400,000.
Was the signatures what it has to meet? So that means they're under 300,000. They're closer to 200,000 right now.
They're over 200,000 right now.
And what's
They're
their
over,
population?
Alberta's population?
Yeah.
It's probably was a couple million.
5.
5?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so less than 10% has to say, let's go to vote. So it's probably split.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens. YouTube's is something you're not allowed to say according to the guidelines. I was quoting the guidelines. I'm glad you're still here. It means you watched this video all the way through. Oh.
Did you take any Fridays off? Not yet. Should I? Should I take all the Fridays off?
This is one of the clearest examples of how people
Especially if you
avoid
can do
simple
next
questions when
week.
it comes
Deal.
to biological men competing with
So, like-
women in sports. First thing, establish why it's important.
We have to have
no
policies
reason.
that establish some definition of this. Do you want to answer the question, what is a woman, Jack?
All he can do is avoid the question. So his first tactic.
I think that question is supposed to be used to deflect from an actual conversation.
He alters the frame as though he's not going to answer the question for the sake of having a genuine conversation, when in fact he's the one shutting down the conversation.
I think answering it gives credibility to a conversation that does not deserve it.
Even though his opponent just articulated why it is important. You're just acting in bad faith, and if I answer the question, it will validate what you're saying. When you ask this question, this is the most common response you will get. But you can't mind read, you can't know my intentions.
Why is the government wanting to check children's genitals before they play soccer in 6th grade?
You take something very basic, you then alter the frame and make a caricature of it. You have to get a physical in order to be able to safely play. Well, you can characterize that as Republicans wanting to check children's genitals or something crazy like that.
It just
That's
seems
just
like
called
complete-
a physical, Jack. That's a physical.
It just seems like complete overreach. So what? Any parent can come down from the stands, and if you're like hitting too many threes in the middle of a game, they can just like start to question you.
The next tactic, you're only asking this question because you're obsessed with it. He's going to hammer on this one. Because you're so obsessed, well, can you name 5-star women basketball players? It's like, I never claimed I was even interested in women's basketball.
I have a quick question because you seem very passionate about women's sports. Could you name me 5 female national champions over the past year in 5 different sports? You care very deeply about this issue.
That's irrelevant to the actual case.
But you care really deeply about the issue.
He's just trying to paint a picture around the person's intentions for asking the question.
No, Jack. Let me ask you a question that's actually relevant.
So
to the
you
case.
can't?
What
Caitlin Clark is not playing anymore, so you can't say that.
What do you define as sex?
Well, you didn't answer my question. I thought you cared very deeply about women's sports. It seems to be motivating a very emotional argument that you're making. There's not a lot of...
Guys, I'm going to reclaim the floor here. I understand your point, Jack. It is a bit of a gotcha because you don't have to actually be a fan of women's sports or follow it closely to believe it should exist
But
as
that
a
seems
separate
to be
category.
central to the argument is you're caring about... It's not even women's sports. You said fairness in competition.
I had a female student who was playing field hockey who broke her leg playing a male. One of her teammates broke her hand in the same game to the same male player. Now I can look at that example and say there's something there that is concerning without you asking me, well, Warren, can you name 5 field hockey stars? Well, no. Well, therefore you don't really care about this issue. It's extremely manipulative.
What is sex, Jack? That's
I am curious, Jack. Can you give us an answer to the question, what is a woman?
He reverts back to, can you name 5 sports stars in women's sports?
I would really like to first get an answer on any national champion. I did ask the question first. Again, Caitlin Clark, Iowa.
Okay,
I don't think South Carolina won last year.
What is sex? What is sex, Jack? Can you answer the question? What is a woman? Define it.
I don't know why you have to continue to ask just a ridiculous question.
Relevant to the topic, the court case
Greg.
that you don't want to deal with because you
let me hone in on this. Greg.
I'm not arguing emotion. I'm arguing legal.
When you stop and see through it, it's very clear, but it can be difficult in the moment.
I think that ultimately the way that this conversation began, and I know we've strayed from it a little bit, and I still haven't gotten my answer. I'd love to know those 5 champions
We're
that you're
talking about the actual case. You're trying to stray away from it with Epstein.
Let Jack respond. Let him respond.
I'm trying to get an answer to what is sex, and if it has no meaning to you,
the question
then what
was
is
one
women's sports?
about the political implications for this issue. And what I see here is the political implications are the right wing is obsessed with young girls.
This is another example of the same pattern. You're only thinking about this because you're obsessed with young girls. The big medical hack of 2025 was several peer-reviewed studies identifying the direct connections between anti-parasitic medications having off-label benefits, fighting a wide variety of cancers.
Oh my gosh, shut up.
So this video is captioned, "This is why men say don't get me anything." And look, I've gotten some nice gifts from women. Nothing mind-blowing. I don't really care, right? Little things here and there. I like me a little bracelet to go to the gym in. Some skincare products. Nothing crazy. Nothing crazy. My expectations are never high. And I've always been the type of guy to be like, no, it's fine, but the women that I've always dated, they've been super generous and they always get me stuff and I always appreciate it. But that isn't the case for every man. Some men get the bad end of the stick.
You don't even look at this.
Is that a thing? A bad end of the stick? I don't think that's how it's set.
You don't even look at this yet until you look at the gift first. You look at the gift first.
I thought with the car,
look at the gift first, and then this makes sense. This makes sense after you look at the gift. Please handle with care. It's a delicate item.
Is it?
Yes.
Okay. I see.
You put the gift on the table. That's the gift.
What is it?
It's a leaf. It represents the golden leaf. It represents value and words, wisdom and enlightenment, prosperity, and abundance. So in this new year for us, we want all those things. So I brought you a Gucci golden leaf.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
You don't seem too excited about it.
It's not that big.
When you look at that receipt and see how much I'm gonna spend for that, you can appreciate that Gucci Golden Leaf. You don't have to put it back in because it's hard, like, for it not to get, like, it's definitely delicate.
Okay.
So now you can open it so you can appreciate your Golden Leaf a little more.
Okay.
Not that one. You do the next one. It's another one in there. You can look at this one next. That's why the car didn't have the money in it, because I spent $2,000 on this Golden Leaf right here. The frame didn't come in yet.
Okay. Thank you.
You don't care?
I'm with you, Ray.
I thought you was gonna like say something about me spending that much money on a Golden Leaf.
You might want to stop recording so she can put that in the middle.
I wouldn't say it. No, you're fine. I just want your reaction. I'm not kidding. You don't care?
Ray, can you put the phone down?
He's too stuck to speak. He can't believe it. He can't believe it. The thing is, she thought about it. She spent a lot of money on it. It was just a bad gift. Maybe she's just slow. You know, nothing wrong with a slow woman, okay? We don't discriminate, right? But maybe she's just slow. And that's why she got that gift. Because you can't say she didn't put any thought into it. You can't say she's being selfish. She didn't want to spend her money. That's just a terrible gift. Oh my goodness gracious. And I've given some terrible gifts. Okay, I've given one really, really bad gift. But this right here, 2,000 on a Gucci leaf? That sounds like something Gucci man would say, or Riff Raff would say. Gucci leaf, Gucci bedspread, Gucci bed sheets. What? Do these things even exist? What do you want from me in this situation? What do you want my reaction to be? What were you expecting? You spent $2 on a Gucci leaf? What the hell? You could have got me a watch. You could have got me I don't know, a pair of shoes. You could have got a whole vacation, a weekend getaway. You got me a Gucci leaf? Oh, hell no. There's no way.
I'm going to start this by saying I really hope there was a skit. And this is my own personal opinion. Ain't nobody got to agree with me. $2,000 for a leaf. And for a man.
How are they getting away with selling a Gucci leaf? How is a leaf Gucci? How is a leaf Gucci? Doesn't even make sense. They're branding leaves? Take a leaf from the tree. Oh, this Gucci now. We're saying this for $2. Are people actually buying it? Oh, man. This is hilarious.
I like little knickknacks, right? And gold is my favorite. I like little knickknacks. $2,000 for a leaf. I hear her with the sentiment behind it. I'm trying to make it make sense. $2,000 for a leaf. He looked like he didn't want to hurt her feelings. That's what he looked like. Like, okay, thank you. Like, I suck at buying gifts. I've said that several times. Honey, I would never buy you a $2,000 leaf, though. I wouldn't buy you a $5 leaf. $2,000 for a leaf? It represents what she said, prosperity and growth and all of those things. We could have grew that $2,000.
I actually cannot tell whether or not this was a skit or not because I can't see anybody spending $2,000 on a leaf. Like, what are we doing with the leaf? But
Decoration.
But this kind of opens up a bigger conversation. Listen, women, hey, when you're buying gifts let me start by saying every man is different. Obviously, we know that. But when you're buying gifts for the man in your life, don't buy them based off of what you think you would like. Buy it based off what you know he's gonna like. I mean, because at this point you should know him as the man in your life.
Firstly, I don't think it was a skit on his part. Maybe she was pranking him, but his face, I don't think he can act that well. Or maybe he can. Maybe he's an actor. Okay, but he looked like he didn't want to offend her, and then it felt like not pissed, but it felt like, what do you want from me here? Like nothing. Like, I can't even. He couldn't even lie anymore. Like, his face couldn't even lie, right? And here's the thing:
I think she thought herself into oblivion here. She thought herself into a corner. She was trying to be so thoughtful that she just ended up just doing something dumb. And he is right. Men are simple. Get simple gifts. That's literally it. Don't overdo it. Don't. Just get something simple. Or if you really want to be thoughtful, you can do like collages with pictures and, memories and all that kind of stuff. But not something like this.
You can't go out and buy a bunch of sentimental stuff because men don't view they don't view certain things as sentimental like a woman would view those things. Buy him what he wants. Y'all say, you pay attention to the woman in your life. You'll know what she wants, even if she doesn't voice these things out of her mouth. You kind of got to do the same thing for the man. You can't just be out here just buying stuff because you think it's sweet, because 9 times out of 10, man probably is not going to think it's sweet, and it's probably going to end up in the back of his drawer somewhere. And we don't want your feelings to be hurt when that happens. You know what I'm saying?
That $2,000 leaf better not end up in the back of nobody's drawer. That thing need to go on display somewhere.
Well, it's brittle.
I
right?
don't care.
So
Put it in a glass box.
That's what I'm saying, though. It's brittle. You can't just be putting it in the back of the drawer. It's got to go on display, open out of the reach of children and things like that. No, I get it, though. I get it. I get why y'all buy these things that are sentimental, because things and keepsakes mean things to you guys, but typically they don't mean as much to the men. So
I think this is just another case study in women never being taught to care about what men care about. A lot of women think from their perspective, right? You see it in dating all the time. Well, I like men who are successful and have status. So if I am successful and have status, that means my value goes up. No, it doesn't. We literally couldn't care less. But if you cared to understand what men cared about, then you would know things like this, right? If she cared to understand what her husband really cared about, there's no way she's getting a $2,000 Gucci leaf. You know what I'm saying? Get him the new 2K or something. Get him the new Madden. Get him a PlayStation 5. Get him something that you actually like.
I have never used a condom before. Every male I was with, I married. I have been married 5 times. Husband number 1, I was young, I was dumb, and it led to an annulment. Husband number 2, he was my very best friend, and it led to my daughter, Faith. But after a few years, I realized he made a better friend than he made a husband. Husband number 3, he was actually my favorite of all of them. He was a really good guy. So why did I leave him? I realized I was a lesbian. And for the past 21 years, I've been with women only.
Let's go with the flow. Relax and watch what happens.
Women are nice and curvy and soft. And I've had one wife and then I've had another wife. But neither of them
Dang, girl.
But I forgot about men, to be quite honest with you. I wasn't
Poor
even
me
thinking
can't get
that
married
I would be
once.
interested in a man after 21 years. But sure enough, Daniel came along and... Yeah, Daniel came along.
Hi, beautiful. You're my everything. You got the lights in my...
Girl, you're gonna need a double XL.
He is 39 years old, and he lives in Owerri, Nigeria. He's not built like a woman in any sense of the way, shape, or form, so I don't know what it is.
Oh my god, you know what it is, huh? You know what it is, bad. You're the love of his green card, lady. What the hell are you doing? You're the problem, firstly. You're about to be married for the 6th time. Jesus Christ. But that is actually a skill. The lady who's recording the video said it. I can't even get married once. Getting married 6 times is a skill. Yeah, being able to get that commitment 6 times. Now, the 6th time, you're the one getting the commitment of the guy, basically. Like, this nigga's in, wherever in Africa, right? You're about to bring his ass over here. So you're kind of the one, But 5 times? I have to respect it.
She told me that she has AIDS. She has AIDS. But here's the thing, though.
What do you mean by here's the thing? What do you mean, here's the thing? She told you she has AIDS. Firstly, it's probably HIV, right? Because AIDS, you're about to die. What's here's the thing, brother?
I really fuck with her though, bro. Like, I honestly see her as like my other half, bro. Long story short, gang, I'm thinking about giving myself AIDS willingly.
That doesn't even make sense. That doesn't even make sense. Because there are treatments for people with HIV so that they can't pass it on. So you can have your woman, you can be sleeping with her, and she has HIV, but she can't pass it on to you because of the treatment that she's on. So why the hell would you get... Wow. Yo, listen, I don't want to hear this nigga talk no more.
5 things that women lie on social media and claim to not like, but they actually love it. First thing you got to understand about most women is that a lot of them are liars and they have selective morality. So they pick and choose when they want to have integrity. Coming in at number 1, because it's my favorite.
Worst version of I can't fix her. I'm willing to get AIDS. Can't fix AIDS, bro. Why is that funny though? Still hitting it raw. I can fix her. My dick cures AIDS, cutie. You don't understand.
Is cheating. I done said this before. Women do not hate cheating. Women hate being cheated on. Majority of women, if you have a conversation with them, you'll find out that at some point in their life, whether they was young, old, they've been another woman, right?
I think that's the same with men. I think that's just a people thing. I think that's a morality thing. And we speak about this a lot. A lot of people just don't have morals. A lot of people, they view things as bad, but depending on the situation, they'll do it. They view things as bad, but if their friend is doing it, then it's okay. Right? That's a human thing. From what I've seen anyway.
I disagree. I think it's an animal thing. I don't think you ever read the book Dune. But there's a lot of really cool life lessons in the book Dune. And one of the things that the Atreides, the people who essentially were like the civilized people or whatever, one of the things that they would do was test people to see if they were moral creatures. And they only considered them human, like they called them humans because they were moral creatures. Otherwise they were just animal people. They called them something else depending on what world they were from. And I was like, oh shit, why do I like that so much? Like, that's my inhumane hot take.
Right? They've been the other woman to a man who was cheating. They had no problem being a side chick. They had no problem messing around with a man who they knew was taken. I done met so many women throughout my life. I have had to cut women off because they can't seem to stop messing with other people's men. And I don't do that, right? I don't hang around people that do that. That's a no-go for me. I don't play that. But they will sit up in your face and tell you how horrible cheating is. But the truth is, they only care when they the one being cheated on. And a lot of them, contrary to popular belief, don't actually hate being cheated on. They hate the embarrassment that comes with being cheated on when people find out. But if the man would cheat on her in secrecy and only him and her knew that the cheating was going on, most of them, they really don't care. Number 2, a lot of women, mistreatment, they don't hate it as long as you can compensate them for it, right? Like, you can actually mistreat them as long as the money right. They'll give up their dignity and respect for money. A lot of them can be bought. So it doesn't matter how disrespectful that man is. It don't matter how terrible he treat her as long as the compensation adds up and makes sense, literally. Next, number 3.
I think with the younger generation of women, for sure, the online generation, something like this is becoming more and more prevalent. You know, the Dubai Chronicles. 3,
deadbeats.
Dubai
Women
Chronicles.
actually love deadbeats, right? Especially when he can give her all his time. You think that while she out going on these dates and he taking her out of the country and doing all of this stuff that she asking him, well, why you ain't spending this time with your kids? No, she don't care that he ain't spending this time with them kids. She don't care that she don't never hear him talking about going to get them kids. She don't care that she ain't never seen him talk about sending no money to them baby mamas. Only person she care about is her. All right, as long as he treating her good. And if she got kids, she only cares about the treatment that he gives to her children. Biological, not biological, she only cares about her and her situation. Attention.
Okay. I wait. Yeah.
This is where shit gets interesting, right? So we know.
Yeah, it was cool. They have like different tests for it too. One of the tests is the first one the main character gets tested with, and you have to put your hand in there, and it causes like extreme pain. And I think it was a kid, so he was like 12 years old or something like that. It causes extreme pain. But you have to leave it in there for as long as you want. And one of them is that he needs to ignore his own instinct for survival to prove a point to this old hag who was testing him that he wasn't going to succumb to pain. It's very there was other tests that they did on people, but that one was the one that the main guy did at the very beginning of the book, and it was very enlightening when I first read it a long time ago.
That only about 40% of men will reproduce. Out of that 40%, most of those men will have one kid. A smaller percentage is saying here 15 to 18 will have multiple kids by multiple women. If you are a woman and you find a man like that, you kind of have to be looking for it. Because they're not common. They're not as common as, especially in the black community, as people would like them to think. They are a very small minority of men who get a lot of women. So you have to ask yourself, what is actually going on here? What's actually going on? Yeah, I wouldn't say a lot of women like them or most women like deadbeats, but it's definitely a thing. It's most definitely a thing.
Number 4, women love attention. They'll sit up and tell you and lie straight to your face and tell you that they don't do this for attention. They don't do that for attention. They absolutely love attention. They love male attention as long as it's from the man that they want the attention from. All right, it only gets questionable when it's a man that they don't like. But if it's a man that they like, absolutely. You think if her and her homegirls go out and they see a table full of fine men that they don't want to be approached and they don't want conversation had by those men? Yeah, they do. I don't care what they telling you. All right, it's the ugly dudes that's coming up and bothering them that they got a problem with. But they absolutely have no issue with attractive men shooting their shot, talking to them, conversating with them. They love that. They like attention. They go out of their way for attention. They'll throw other women under the bus for attention. They'll do a lot of things to get attention. Don't believe that. And last but not least, number 5, marriage. Majority of these women absolutely wanted marriage. A lot of these women who accepted these babies in no ring, yeah, they wanted to be married. Right? When you go into the comment section of women who getting proposed to, women who get married, look at that comment section. Just full of women just wanting that to be them, wishing that had been them. Right? It just didn't end up being them. And, you know, they'll sit up and tell you stuff like, if I wanted to be married, I could. Yeah, you could, to some loser, some ugly loser. But the man who you actually would want to be married to, no, you couldn't just be married to him, because he'd actually have to ask you, and he's not doing that. You know that, we know that. The men that you want to marry you are not marrying you. So, no, you don't have the ability to marry the men that you want. You could get married. Anybody could get married. Getting married to the person that you actually want to be married to is a completely different story. But yes, if they could actually be married to the men that they want, they would. This concludes my list. I hope you enjoyed it.
And that is the difference between a femcel and an incel, you know? And actually, no. It's kind of the same thing. An incel can get play, you just might have to pay for it, right? A femcel, she can get play. You know, she can get a man to, you know, sleep with her, whatever the case is, but just not the ones that they like. But yeah, this video went super viral. Dana, one of the best content creators on TikTok in my opinion. Rarely ever misses, but let me know what you guys think in the comments.
The industrialized fraud schemes in Minnesota are on
This is too loud, you let me know.
cleaned out one building at a
says
time.
they terrorized his 5-year-old grandson and never asked for IDs before pulling him out in his underwear into the bitter cold, releasing him an hour later.
Well, that's their
DHS
side of the
says
story.
The man, a U.S. citizen, lived with 2 they are looking for, but his family disputes that, saying he only lives with relatives and they don't know
Well,
either
then those
of
are
the
his
alleged
relatives.
suspects. And new this morning, allegations that some detained by ICE were denied access to legal counsel, including protester William Vermi, a U.S. citizen, seen here being arrested after filming ICE officers near his house.
Okay, whenever somebody does something like this, it's always because they're getting in the faces of federal agents. Meanwhile, we're learning that fraud in this country is a nationwide problem at this point.
Yeah, but isn't this a daycare? That's me trying to enroll my baby into 40 daycares across Columbus, Ohio that received over $42 million from government programs designed to feed kids from 2017 to 2025. It turns
That's
out they were
crazy.
claiming to feed far more meals than they actually provided. And this little office is the only address that could ever be found. Were these 40 daycares that received money from this nonprofit legit, or are they shell businesses operating as a front? This building is complete trash. Hello, I'm a 1-year-old. I'm trying to get an application for, like, what's the deal with boarded up windows?
It's not boarded up. It's tinted because, you know.
That's a daycare? That's not a daycare. That's like a building that you can't even set foot in.
Okay, definitely tons of kids in there. I'm trying to get some child care.
Wow.
Not even a hello, how are you? An empty building?
Where's the
with a bunch of
kids?
trash bags? In 2 minutes of me knocking, someone came, just dropped off a bunch of kids, and that was that. Next up, Al Shafiqi. Let's see if David said it.
Tyler Oliveira's video here makes it look like there's some sort of cover-up going on in Ohio as well.
I don't know if anyone's here. This place appears to be fully empty.
Whoa!
Hello? Does it look like a daycare? No, looks like a small prison complex.
They all kind of look like
What are your
that
thoughts
for
on the
some reason.
fraudsters that are out there?
I feel like anybody that's doing that actually be punished for it.
Sunrise Child Care and Learning Center. He brought me in. Brand new interior. Super nice,
Wow.
honestly. Okay, you guys following me?
So some of
Molly
these
dude
might be
following
legit.
me?
I am not even checking your hat. I do see that you are reporting here.
What are you talking about? You're a highly reviewed daycare. I'm trying to get some child care for the kids.
You want it?
Yeah.
You shouldn't come and take a picture.
No, I was knocking. What is this? What is this? Just gonna fall in?
Yes, that's not your damn
Whoa.
business.
Why are you
Place
doing
is falling
24/7
apart.
surveillance though?
Let me see your
I'm not gonna give you my ID.
Your ID.
You give me your ID.
What is it?
I was born and raised in America. What are you talking about?
Because I'm Somali.
I'm trying to get daycare for my kid. I don't know what you're talking.
This is insane, just the level of confrontation. No place that's legit has a problem with a camera.
Get about.
It's a problem.
Oh, the police are there.
Yes. That's what it is.
Have a great day. I literally can't. You don't understand the First Amendment. I'm on the sidewalk. You're making this worse. Go in there and just help the kids, man.
Wow.
You're such a good guy.
How many of these are there?
Look at the front gate, man. Would I ever bring my kid here? No. This area is surrounded by
nice
trash.
place.
Together, basically. There is a playground. Would never bring my child here. I've called the phone number.
Crazy.
Nobody answered. Let's see if we can knock on the door. Hey there.
That's
you
the
guys have,
door.
Like an application or something?
Yes, no, I get your application.
Okay. And if I just fill this out, I can bring it back today?
Yeah, you actually take a picture.
Okay, so they're being helpful. There's people here.
With cash, US dollars?
It sure seems like this is not isolated to just one state.
Welcome back. We are turning now to the Big Apple, where new
New York City.
multi-million-dollar fraud schemes are coming to light. Just this week, 2 scammers pleading guilty to a $68 million fraud scheme tied to the state's Medicaid home care program.
And it's an adult daycare center. It's like no matter where in the country these programs exist, they just get robbed by criminals.
While New York's consumer-directed personal assistance program is meant to make things easier for loved ones who need care, fraud is nothing new. Back in 2018, a man arranged for friends and family members to be paid as home caregivers for his sick mom.
That's exactly
Later,
what it is.
investigators found out that his mom wasn't even in the country. She was living in Bangladesh.
Wow.
And during home inspections, his brother impersonated her to keep the fraud going.
His brother
Back in
impersonated
2024,
his
Governor
mother.
Kathy Hochul calling CDPAP a, quote, racket and one of the most abused
But why
programs
doesn't
in
she
the
shut it
entire
down?
history of the state of New York. News
So
Nation
shut it
reached
down.
out to the governor's office for comment on the recent fraud charges, and a spokesperson for the governor tells me she has, quote, taken steps to fix the system by cutting out hundreds of middlemen.
I don't know how you can have these types of programs without an army of auditors to check up on these programs and make sure that people aren't scamming the system.
In Minnesota, we saw the Quality Leering Center.
Yes, the
and
Leering
after your
Center.
video was published, a
That was the
manager said
first
there was
one.
no fraud going on whatsoever. What is your response to that kind of denial based on what you saw?
Yeah, everyone says they're
at the
innocent.
exact same time when he's telling that group of people with a camera, the Commissioner of Children is on a live stream saying that building was closed a week ago. He got caught lying, and now it has been officially been shut down once again.
It preceded the governor's decision, Governor Walz, to abandon his reelection plans.
Yeah, he dropped out.
But do you think there'll be any accountability, though, for him? Do you think that he knew more about this, given his decision to leave the governor's race, so much so that it would impact
Look
his
at this.
ability to get reelected?
Tim Walz has been talking about getting rid of fraud since 2019. So to think that he didn't know about it happening from 2019 to 2016, it's impossible.
It's
Literally
impossible.
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 Okay. Well, some of your questions some of the people you question in your videos have accused you of targeting them for their ethnicity or religion. Let's take a listen.
Yeah,
If you
that's
don't
the
want
big
us here,
controversy.
Change the freedom of religion. Say, listen, we don't want Muslims
What's
in
this
this
guy
country
talking
anymore.
about? This has nothing to do with fraud.
No.
We're not
Because
saying that.
when I go
Sir,
into
we're
your
talking
comments,
about fraud.
Right.
When you're going around doing your reporting, how
And that's how these scammers who are engaged in fraud intimidate elected representatives. Now, I don't think for a second that Tim Walz didn't know about any of this and wasn't okay with it, because he very well may have benefited politically from this. But these scammers, what they do is they say, hey, oh, Governor Hochul in New York, oh, if you don't want to fix the system, if you want to shut it down, well, you're actually attacking our community, and our community's going to be really upset, and that kind of thing can scare politicians. The New York thing is very new. The Minnesota thing, on the other hand, it's the biggest in the country, and it's allegedly been like that for over a decade.
Yeah, I learned about the fraud, for instance, in Minnesota back in June because a lot of locals were telling me about it when I was there.
That's so
And
crazy.
The way that we're targeting the fraud in Minnesota is simply by going to the State of Minnesota website and going to the locations of these
It's all
places.
public
It
information.
just so happens to be that the majority of them, actually all of them that we have been to, are Somalians. And when it comes down to them being charged, and the people that have been charged for committing fraud inside of Minnesota, 89% of them are Somalians. And so that's just a fact of the matter about what's happening inside of Minnesota.
It's
to be
not a
quite frank.
it's not a
Seems
deliberate
like a way
thing.
to distract away from what you're actually finding and seeing there.
Right.
But we're learning that this is not just a daycare problem.
Nope.
News Nation's Rich McHugh has reported on millions of dollars paid to assisted living facilities owned by a man under indictment.
Yeah, that's crazy.
In another
That's
money
happening.
laundering scheme. So why do you think it is that Minnesota hasn't been able to limit the opportunities to defraud taxpayers of
They don't want to.
millions, if not billions of dollars?
They don't want to. And there are politicians who benefit from these schemes existing. If there's a politician and they pass a law that allows scammers to set up these home care things or these fraud compounds and a place that looks like a residence and is impossible to audit because they live there with their immediate family and the place is a daycare and their kids have a playroom. There are scammers who want politicians to set up programs like that.
It's also become the target of sophisticated scammers.
The actual program itself is for a good cause.
Yeah,
but
they all
you
are.
have bad people out there who are taking advantage of federal and state money.
Maybe it's a bad
Just
program.
this past week, 2 New Yorkers pled guilty to a $68 million fraud scheme tied to CDPAP, billing Medicaid for services at Brooklyn-based adult daycares that
Wow.
never actually happened. These fraudsters
That's
were,
crazy.
quote, large-scale recruiters who bribed patients with laundered cash and billed Medicaid over $68 million for services that were not provided. New York
That's
Attorney
so
General
crazy.
Letitia James announcing a separate $1 million plus
Oh, a
conviction
separate
this
one.
week, also involving fake billing and kickback schemes tied to the state's Medicaid program. Unfortunately for the state.
And this is a transportation company. So we've got the fake daycares, and then we got the transportation companies that are supposed to drive around all the fake patients.
Okay, I don't think this is anything new.
Stare a hole through you all night. They will not approach you, not once, but they'll stare you down.
I'm gonna give an example from me. Like I will not. I can't. Like talk, like you know, I won't choose, right? I can, because we don't know who like us, and I don't want to be like, if I talk to
No,
you.
what was your question? Why?
Because
What?
she's saying, why do people not talk to them?
And that's what I asked earlier. Is like, okay, is there? Because you said you are laughing, you're giggling, you're having a good time.
We're giving off.
You know?
We're giving off the
'Cause
feminine
y'all are
energy,
cool.
and
Y'all are
the,
cool.
they are actually not assholes. They're not.
But
stuck
but
up
I think
bitches.
So they talk to you, they just don't proceed.
No, it's they don't even come up. It's
Hold on, they
stare
don't come up?
No, like they'll stare.
Well, hold on, that ain't the type of
Stare a
question
hole
they
through you all night. They will not approach you, not
Right.
once, but they'll stare you down.
That's crazy.
You know what I'm gonna tell you?
I don't know. I don't know.
No,
those
I'm gonna
type
tell you
of-
this. I'm gonna tell you no. I'm gonna tell you real talk. And this is as a DJ. As a DJ, there's a lot
And
of
this is my cousin,
This
by
is
the
a
way.
lot of music out there that is projecting on a lot of men that women like money all the time. And so if they see you look expensive, they may not fuck with you.
Bro,
I get it.
Timu and Sheen
Look
is out there, bro.
expensive. We look like we're not single. We look.
Y'all don't look single.
Yeah, I get it.
Because like I said, I thought you was
like
with them,
a
and I
nigga should
thought
have
y'all
his shit
I
together.
thought y'all had guys. I
You
thought
look
y'all
like
had guys.
you look like someone had
But I
their shit
still said
together.
something.
This is happening to the older generation as well. Damn. It's quite surprising, actually. It's not something that I would have expected.
Men are going crazy online around should they be approaching or not? Do men fear being called creepy or not? Like the list goes on. And what makes me really sad to see is how a lot of people let uncomfortable things in life harden them. They let rejection specifically harden them. And there's this now wave of men online and probably in real life that just deeply hate women because maybe a woman has hurt them in the past, rejected them, and they've taken that so to heart, and maybe it has happened multiple times, that they then have created this narrative that all women are the devil and women do not want men to approach. And it makes me sad for two reasons. Reason one is that there are probably a lot of women who are not letting down guys gracefully, and so it reinforces this narrative, especially for very insecure men. And number two, the men that are just struggling in silence are turning to hatred and really negative emotion to kind of weaponize women. And that's not healthy either. So I am hopeful that we can build a better society moving forward by talking about this. But at the same time, no matter how many people are online talking about these topics, like nothing's actually going to change unless people start to listen and behave different.
The men who are in the clubs probably don't hate women, right? That's just a guess, right? Probably don't hate women. They're going to the club, going to be surrounded by women. A lot of people that go clubbing, they go clubbing frequently. Now, is hating women a factor? A small factor? Yeah, just like looking at a woman and thinking you can't afford her is a factor. Probably just like looking at a woman and thinking she's probably married is a factor. All these things will, little variables here and there, and then ultimately you add all those variables up and you get the root cause. Okay, the biggest variable is just men have been told for years now, and I'm surprised that these women are having this problem because they look a bit older, maybe mid-30s. I would expect the men their age to be approaching it, if I'm being honest. But for the younger generation of men, they don't know a world without feminism. We've just come out of we're very much in the right-wing conservative era now, where, you know, people are being very edgy and all that, but we just left like a 10-15 year period of radical woke nonsense. Okay, now we're into the right-wing nonsense, right? So there are a lot of young men who don't know a world without that type of radical leave women alone, don't approach. They don't want to be creepy. I think rejection is second, but first is they don't want to be creepy. First, they don't know if you like them or not. If you make eye contact, you guys smile.
Need to go back to handkerchief drop.
Chances are they're gonna come up to you, especially in a club setting. But yeah, this is just a reality now.
Even after the club, yeah, I may have a man, but it's cold outside. Like if you want to drop me home, if you want to drop me home, you don't have to say no. I will even put on the heated seat and look.
Now there's two angles like you can look at this clip from, right? So the first one is the more not lighthearted but less serious, you know. For me, if you date women that go clubbing, yeah, I mean, all of this type of behavior, it is what it is. Like, you know, hold it. As far as I'm concerned, this is what you have to deal with, because this, I mean, the people that go clubs, a lot of them are degenerate in one way or another, man. I have to keep it 100 with you. Especially this younger generation. Maybe back in the days, it wasn't the same, you know. People used to go dances, right? It's not even a club. Man going to a dance. Man's in a dance, hitting the two-step, you know what I'm saying? It's a different time. Right, but now I'm sorry, I can say very comfortably that people who go clubbing often, a lot of them engage in degenerate activity, and this is degenerate. This is degenerate, and if you're dating a woman that goes clubbing, this is something that you should expect. That it's a possibility. Maybe it's not even her that initiates it. Maybe it's her friend, and she just goes along, right? But the second is a darker side. I mean, this could be quite dangerous. Just jumping in random guys' cars. You know, putting yourself in, and your friends, in very peculiar situations on so many levels. Has he been drinking? Do you know this guy? Yeah.
Guys, we've just come back after a night out, and I have a question for everyone. My ego is ridiculously high, so if anyone tries to tell me I'm ugly, I'm not going to believe you. But, like, I rarely ever get hit on, and apparently that's not the case for my friends. But, like, I know I'm sexy, so, like, it doesn't bother me. But my mate said to me it's because I'm too hot. Like, what? Guys, I just love myself so much. Okay, that literally sounds so stupid. Basically, I'm just telling myself I'm a 10 out of 10. That's why I'm not getting hit on. Because I'm too intimidatingly attractive. You can tell me in the comments if I'm clapped, it's fine.
So if your friends are getting approached but you're not, and the reason is because you're too attractive, do you think you're that much more attractive than your friend? I mean, we can be objective, right? I know it's difficult for some, but we can be objective. We can look at our friends and go, okay, we're on the same level, or she's better looking than me, or this is something that you should be able to deduce, whether it's true or not. If you know you have very attractive friends who are on your level, then you know that maybe it's just luck.
That dude was like, trying to like beat on me. You're not gonna do nothing?
No. Cause if I use this and I go to jail, where the fuck is you gonna be at?
You right.
But nigga, if I do something, nigga, you ain't gonna be there for me. So what the fuck am I gonna be there for you? Let me throw my life away for you, and then you gonna go do a dick the same night. Yeah, I fucking guess. Fuck, I look like a fucking.
Alright, bro. Alright, well.
After you get your ass beat, we go to the stove, buy you some cold vegetables.
After I get my ass beat, so you're not gonna try and pull them off of me or nothing?
Nah, nigga, look at me. I'm 5'8", 130. I fucking gun for a reason. If a nigga play with me, We're gonna go to the store. We're gonna go to
How much
Target.
was that gun?
We're gonna get some cold vegetables, a bag of vegetables. We're gonna put that shit on your eye, and then you're gonna let that eye soak down. And then next time, you're gonna know not to talk shit to nobody.
This is a wise young man here, okay? And this is something this is like one of the first pieces of advice my mom ever gave me. Never be in the situation where your girlfriend calls you and, oh my God, this is happening. These guys call the police. Why are you calling me? Why are you calling me? So I can come and what? Die or throw my life away? In 2 years, you've got another nigga, man. And I'm pissed. Yeah, I'm pissed. I'm not one of those people that, if I die, I want you to be happy. I don't want you to be happy like that. I really don't. Not like that. Not in that way. You can be happy in every other area of life. I don't want you to move on, okay? And the cold hard fact is, you die or you go in jail, 2 years max, and it's over with. Everyone's gonna start talking about, is she not allowed to be happy? Is she not allowed to be happy? While you're out there, you've completely thrown your life away because you wanted to be macho man. If we're together and something happens, that's it's a pride, it's an ego thing. I have to do it, right? But if I'm not there and you've got time to call me, you got time to call the police.
So one thing about me is I'm gonna slide up in a celebrity nigga DM, NBA nigga, NFL nigga, boxing nigga, rapping nigga. None of you niggas are off limits. I didn't see your baby mamas before the plastic surgery. Nigga, I got a chance. And I'm gonna shoot my shot. And you gonna open up that message request and you gonna see that girl P, you gonna see that girl T, and we gonna be locked in, twin. We gonna be locked in forever. Shoot your shot. The sky's the limit.
Why would you post your strategy, number one? Number two, I still think niggas would hit. And here's the thing. It'll be women like this who just want to catch you sleeping one time. All you gotta do is catch you sleeping one time and they'll be mum forever. Okay? Forever and ever and ever. But I can't lie, it's a good strategy, man. Niggas are easy. Shooting your shot. The thing is, even if they saw this, a lot of them, they're so weird. A lot of these famous guys, they're so weird that they'll probably still go for it. So, we're about to get into some Animal Planet shit, man. And I've been seeing this discussion online. I've seen some AI video. And I want to get you guys' opinion, okay? Leopards versus gorillas. A lot of people are saying the leopard's gonna win. A lot of people are saying the gorilla's gonna win. I'm gonna give you my opinion.
We gotta stop, bro. A gorilla is annihilating a leopard. Just look at the comments on my last video. This isn't true at all. Gorillas are the prey of leopards. They can't take them out like this. Just because you're the prey does not mean that you automatically lose in combat to the predator. When they say it's the natural predator of gorillas, these are the gorillas they're talking about. This, like babies. They are definitely not fighting this one-on-one. Every single article talking about leopards versus gorillas, it always says that it's either a child, it's either weak, or it's either unaware and it gets bit in the neck quickly and it just bleeds out. And in the video that they're commenting on, the gorilla was aware. So yes, the leopard is getting beat like that. This video is literally a lie. Gorillas get killed by leopards every day. Again, these are the gorilla bodies. Now this one was a reply to my comment where I said they're not beating a silverback without sneaking. He said leopards smoke gorillas in broad daylight, even if they don't sneak them. Only way a gorilla leaves alive is if the leopard retreats, but they rarely ever win unless a lucky injury happens. The 400-pound beast, the one that can lift 4,000 pounds, the one with a bite force of 1,300 has to pray for an injury. They treating these leopards like LeBron.
I was like, let us get breaking news that LeBron has, tore his ACL or something.
I'm gonna end the video with this, bro.
Yeah, the old ways. You eat the waffles today? Did you take one? You should have took one if you were. Oh, I guess you're not eating until you get home. Yeah, I think there's 2 waffles left, so we just eat those tonight, yeah? Or I can eat both waffles if you want something else. You craving something?
obsession with the
No, I only eat at home. Yeah, perfect. I can make spuds if you want more. Okay.
demonic and with tearing down faith and destroying it truly extends into Marx's personal life and philosophy.
How and why exactly did he become an atheist? What happened between those teenage years and college years that really flipped him? The best that I can determine, he came under the influence of a professor in college named Dr. Bruno Bauer, but he and Marx became very tight, very close.
So I can cut off
And he
sooner.
and Marx
I'm
pulled a
thinking and
couple
having more
stunts. In
time
one
before
case, they
sleeping.
went to
Yeah.
a nearby village.
At least the days that I'm home, I can definitely make sure that you've got food when you get home, so you can just scarf it down right away.
On for Palm Sunday and rode in on donkeys together, kind of mocking the entrance of Christ into Jerusalem. The devil hates to be mocked, but the devil mocks Christ. The devil mocks God, right? They would go into churches together, he and Bruno Bauer, and laugh and kind of make noise in the pew just to be disrespectful.
I find that fairly despicable and also unsurprising because the regimes that would follow in the 20th century and adopt Marx's ideology were not merely atheist, but explicitly, militantly anti-religion. The Soviet Union, the Maoist regime, Pol Pot's Cambodia, North Korea, all of them actively seek to destroy and murder religious believers.
I mean, Marx's secret love was poetry, and it's deeply disturbing stuff. All right, a lot of it is about the devil. Thus heaven I forfeited. I know it full well. My heart, once true to God, is chosen for hell. That's his poetry from an early age. And by the way, he had a favorite line from Mephistopheles, which was, in fact, they said this was Marx's favorite quote. Everything that exists.
Yes, that's the line.
Perish.
Exactly. That's exactly the line. Everything that exists must perish. That's his favorite line from Faust's Mephistopheles. Even if you don't believe in a transcendental world, in God, or in heaven, or hell, or Satan, if you have any notion that there's such thing as human goodness or human evil, Karl was playing in the world of the evil, and his ideas played out that way in history. This burn it all to the ground abolitionism that embodies Marx and that was clearly embedded in his psychology in deep and fundamental ways is a siren call. And it's one that we have to work really hard to keep our kids from being sucked into because it is a vortex of despair. The Soviet Union, Maoist China, Cambodia, North Korea, Venezuela, Cuba, all of these regimes were as close to Marx as we could get. They tried to abolish God, burn down churches, imprisoned nuns and priests. They were being pretty Marxist. And I know from firsthand experience that the first thing that happens when you talk about Marxism and communism is all the Marxists come out of the woodwork to say, that's not the real Marx. Real communism's never been tried. Call it whatever you like. But on the spectrum between some perfect free enterprise society and perfect communist hellhole, we got as close as you want to get in the 20th century to the latter. And the results speak for themselves.
Destroying culture, destroying civilization is in the DNA of Marxism, even in classic Marxism. They did that day one. They took over power in China, and that's 1949. In the very beginning, they were giving go ahead to destroy everything that is considered old, the four olds: old ideas, old culture, old habits, and old custom. That means anything that's left in China that's considered old. Statues, temples, churches, and mosques, books, everything. Everything has to be destroyed.
When you talk about what Mao was doing, he was trying to rewire the Chinese people into different kinds of people. He was trying to be God, it seems like to me. Basically, every communist country went to war on religion, including and especially Mao. He called religion the opiate of the masses. Why? From your perspective, why did religion become such a central attack of the communists?
It's all about power. That's why I think it's important you brought up the religion. Why they are all after the religion. because they want to control people's mind. And so some people say that communism is atheism. I don't think so. The more I really think about what I've been through and read more, it is a religion. It replaced the old religion. It become a new religion. And everything they did is absolutely religious. And in China, and we have a God, that is Mao. And growing up, we have our little Bible, and that is Mao's little red book. And we have a political study, which is our going to church. And we have our confession, which is criticism and self-criticism. So even as little kid, every week we're going to have a political study session.
We're going out today, so better have the waffles ready to go. We get plants tonight, and then drop off class if we can. Well, we'll definitely get plants. I don't know about dropping off class. I don't know where that is, but if it's close by, we can definitely do that. Otherwise, I could just bring it to Ocean Shores Friday. It's by the place we want to get gear. Oh, deal. Okay. That makes sense. By the weed shop. Okay.
Do I have a good chance of doing this without dying? I feel like I do. You know? Let me sleep real quick before we go down there. Like percentage basis, right? Chat, percentage basis. What are we thinking? Odds of survival. Odds of survival. 90%. Okay, that's good. Life. This might be the last one right here. Life. On the brink of death, I shall manage living life. Let's go. Let's go. We gonna die. Chat, we gonna die. We dead. You know? So if I go stand directly on top of this, can I dig straight down? I feel like the answer to that question should be yes. Like I just stand straight on top of it. Straight down right here. Y'all cool with that? How's he not burning? Is it because he has armor on? I'm so glad you did that, man. I'm so glad you did that. Hold the totem and let's go. Oh, he has a helmet? Okay. Y'all got any tips? It's impossible for us to dig into lava, chat. I hope y'all know that. You don't get XP from copper? Should I just keep going? We're right on top of it. Hold on. We're dead, bruh. Matter of fact, watch this. Y'all ready for this crazy play right here, chat? Watch this. Now watch this. I'm a genius. Tell me I'm not a genius. Stop digging straight down. Trust me, if I thought we were in any danger of dying from digging straight down, I wouldn't be doing it. Trust me, we're good. Okay? We're good. Look what we're holding, chat. Chat, y'all see what I'm holding right now? What am I holding? I hear lava. Okay, now I'll start making 100% sure that we're not gonna die here. Y'all happy now? What level did y'all say they spawn in again? I tried to get the... We're at -11 right now. Dude, I don't understand why it does that, bro. That makes no sense. It completely cut out. Like, completely. Yo, Dookie Monster with the 10. Appreciate you, Dookie Monster. Bro, chat, and the trials thing ain't even here. I'm at -53, and I still ain't found it. Where's it at? You know? Bro, I don't understand why it does that, bro. Would it be around here? Keep digging down. Chat, we're at -53. There's no way. It'll be inside a cave. Is it around the tough action? Because look where I'm at on the map, Chad. It says I'm right on top of it.
See, this is how people normally find the trial chambers. It's by getting lost, trying to find it on a map.
Bro, I hate when my internet goes out, bro. It don't make no sense. Like, is that it? Is that the noise that it makes? Dude, this is a lot of tough. It's got to be around here, right? I'm about to get naked.
I'm about to get naked.
Go up. Go up from right here where the tough is, or what? Wait, I hear lava. Wait, we might be close. Hang on. You need to go inside a cave. Yo, Adam, there ain't no cave around here. Bro, this is the dumbest thing. Bro, just let me find it already. Like, hello? Wait.
Yeah, he's looking for the trial chamber.
Use X-ray? I ain't no cheater, man. Stream crashed? Oh, for real? I didn't know that. I didn't know it crashed. No way. Wait, more lava. Wait. This could be it. Chat, is this it? This could be it. This is it. This is it, chat. This is a cave, so it should be here, right? I'm dead. Hold on, calm down. Calm down. Why has he only been live for 5 minutes? I don't know, bro.
I don't know, bro.
I just now got on. You know, just now. This is the cave I was at before. I don't understand. Bro. Where on this planet Earth is this thing at? Somebody said follow the tough up. Hey, Buster, the tough end's right here. Oh my goodness, diamond alert. Hello, what? Okay.
Good fun.
Chat, bro, it's not, there's no, I'm about to, I can't, where? Is it impossible for it to be deeper than it is here? So y'all are telling me it's only from 4 to 20? Negative 4 to negative 20? Is this true? I mean, I'm right on top of it. I'm gonna dig up, chat. I don't know. I'm gonna just dig up, chat. But how could I have missed it, though? It doesn't make any sense. Wow. There's just random diamonds all around here. Hello? Yo, anybody saying dig down's a goober? I hope you know that. Y'all about to see me get mad. You don't want to see the alpha get mad. We're at negative 43. Okay. Someone started streaming late today. I've been live for literally almost 4 hours. The stream crashed. Stop. Did I just hear a skeleton, though? Did y'all hear a skeleton? Case's toilet seat sweat with the 5. Thank you. Well, I don't know, chat. Why has the stream only been up for 8 minutes? Stop! You know the reason why. You know. -24. Can anybody, like, not trolling for real explain what's going on here? Like, somebody's got to explain what's going on right now. Somebody, like, seriously? Somebody, like, seriously got to explain what's actually happening here and why I can't find it. Should I keep going up? Or no? Zoom in the map? I can't zoom in the map. There's not even any caves around here, chat. There's nothing. This is stupid! Why does it take an act of Congress to find this thing? Yo, Chris Redfield's lover with the 5. Thank you. Bruh. What was that? Did my internet just go off again? You can't be serious.
We do some Minecraft tonight.
Did it go
Whoa.
off again? Why is it did y'all see it freeze? Yo, Zombri with 10,000 bits. W Zombri with 10,000 bits. Hi, Kate. It's almost my birthday. Yo, happy birthday, Zombri. Appreciate you, Zombri. W Zombri. Yo, Fear with the 10 as well. W Fear with the 10. Was that the noise of the chambers? Hello? But how do I know what direction it was? Should I keep going up? Low key? Just so you know, there's a chance for the trial chambers have a door that leads to a small pit with a spike that would kill you. Okay, thank you. Dig around, it's right here. Y'all saying if I dig around, it'll just be here? I'm right on top of wherever it's at. Wait, is this it? Oh my god.
You find it?
We finally found it.
Nice.
We finally found it, bro. Now we just gotta do it without dying.
True.
Yo, Uncooked Tater Tots with 5,000 bits. W Uncooked Tater Tots.
Uncooked tater
What's up? I
tots?
know you hear this stuff all the time, but it's finally nice to catch your streams consistently because work finally slowed down. I run a landscaping company on my own. I love it when I have, but I have other dreams. You really are inspiration to me in the few streams with a soul. Keep being you. Yo, appreciate you, Uncooked Tater Tots. Thank you, man. W Uncooked Tater Tots, bro. Well, chat, we found it. Here we are. What is going on here? Bamboo planks? I mean, thanks. I guess. I don't... Am I safe?
Are you ever safe in Minecraft?
Can I destroy that spawner? Should I destroy it? Hey! Help me! Drink the potion? Drink Bad Omen too? Not yet. When do I save it till? Yo, happy birthday, Anna. What is the reason to not... What is the reason to not destroy the spawner?
Keep it later for XP, I guess.
Oh, you can't? What are these? Oh, Lord have mercy. Good thing I got Bane of Arthropods on this thing! I'm dead. Should I go ahead and pop the milk? No, I don't need to right now. I'm good. Chad, I'm good, right? I'm good? What am I looking for in here, though? Inventory is full. Trial key? What on earth is a trial key? Keep it? I mean, I'ma keep it, but I don't know what it is. Emerald! It goes to a vault? Okay, I don't know what's going on. Y'all said this place was dangerous. Was y'all trolling me? Y'all must not know who Gamer of the Year 2024 is. Y'all said this was dangerous, chat. Huh? Why was y'all lying? What is this? Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord! I'm good, I'm good. I'm hit. I'm hit, I'm all right. I'm all right, Chad, I'm all right. What are those? What is that? Help. Someone explain? Die? I'm good! I'm good! I'm gonna let them fight! I'm gonna let them fight! Chat, type 1 if I'm cooking right now. I fear I'm cooking. I fear I'm cooking. Stop covering covering them. Why? Y'all can't be like, oh, stop doing this, stop doing that, with no reason. Yo, Leo with the 5, thank you. They drop loot? Yeah, but like, what are they, I'm just trying to, Chad, I'm just trying to block them to give myself a second to breathe so I can figure out what's going on. I'm going to unblock them when I need to. So chat, look. When do I pop this potion? Chat, look, I'm just blocking them to give me a second to breathe. And I'm going to unblock them. I'm going to unblock them. This is ridiculous! Lord have mercy! Get him away from me! I'm about to take my drawers off! Wow, some baked potatoes. Wow. Okay. Now. So, has the hard part started of the trials yet or no? Do you see the amount of arrows that are in me right now? Okay, so the question I have now is, chat, listen. When do I pop the potion? And what happens? Do I just sit here and farm them over and over again? Because the thing I'm wondering is like, so I should pop it now. The mobs get stronger. So, let me get this straight here. If I pop the potion now, the mobs get stronger and they drop keys to unlock more stuff. And that's the entire... I washed my hands, shut up.
I washed my hands, shut up.
Let's go, man. All right. Here we go. Let's go. Are we ready, chat? Type 1 if you're ready. I'm dead. GG. 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 GG, help. Help me. Is this the area? Chat, look. Is this the area? Life. Is this the area that I should be drinking it in? The potion. What does it... What? Why did that do that? So... Is this the main area of the place I'm supposed to be? No. So should I get out of here? Bro, what is that? Chat, what is that? It's a vault? Use the key right here? What? Why don't it work? Oh, wrong key? I bet. So should we keep exploring this place? That was what we should do? Ow. All right, let's keep looking around for stuff. What is chat? Listen. Go ahead and tell me what the main objective of this place is. Just go ahead and let me know. Can I use it? Can I use it here? Honey bottle! An absolute goober with the 5 gifted. Don't block the mob spawners after you kill the mobs. The mobs will stop spawning for 30 minutes after you clear them and items come out the top. Okay. Okay, I got a honey bottle. Piercing 2 crossbow. Is that good? I don't know. No. Dude. So what was, I mean, I know I had to do this for the checklist, but am I going to get anything good out of here? Or is this just going to be mid? Ow! Okay, thank you for the arrows. I appreciate it. Should I go in there? What is this area, chat? What is this? Huh? 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 Drink the potion? So you want me to drink the potion now? Yo, chill. What does that hit me with? Hey, relax. There is so many of these vaults here, bro. Look in the dispenser. You can do that? Splash potion of weakness. Weakness. Ah! I'm gonna drink the potion, chat. Y'all cool with that? I don't know if y'all cool with that or not, but... What? What is... Oh, it's just water. Yo, what is happening in here, buddy? Set your spawn. It's hardcore. Placer with the 5, thank you. Chat, bro said place your spawn. What's wrong with him? He said place your spawn, chat. No way. Dude, come on, man. Come on, bruh. Break the wall behind. This wall? Okay, Chad, I got a quick question. Y'all ready for my quick question? Y'all ready for it? How do I get these keys? So let me ask y'all this too. Is the main objective of this place to get keys to open these things? Is that the main objective? Yes, it is. So what I need to do is uncover the spawners, drink a potion, and just kill a bunch of enemies?
Yep.
Alright. I'm gonna uncover the spawners. I'm gonna drink the potion. I'm gonna drink this potion, right? The ominous bottle number 2. And then we're gonna start killing stuff. Alright. GG. Or do I drink the... You know what's crazy, chat? We're never gonna be able to do that because I'm lost. Ain't that crazy? Yo, chat, you know what's crazy, bruh? Drink both potions? Are you for real? Dookie Monster with the 5. Thank you, Dookie Monster. Rest in peace. Rest in peace. There's no way y'all are panicking this bad. There's no way people are saying totem when I'm down 2 hearts. I'm about to drink the potion. Y'all ready? I'm sucking it down! GG. Totem!
Shut up.
Can my hands be honest? Infested! Oh, I'm panicking! I'm panicking! I've never panicked once in my life. I'm panicking. Oh, that's cute. He got a little helmet. We're good. Calm down. Everybody calm down. Chad, am I doing good? Yes or no?
Chad, am I doing good? Yes or no?
Relax. My armor's getting cooked. Silverfish? I'm gonna have to get mending. I can't believe what I'm seeing. I'm gonna have to get mending, chat. After all that time, I'm gonna actually have to get it. Yo, he is tanky. I thought that goober said they stopped spawning for 30 minutes. When did they stop? Ah! It got my eye. Where my keys at? Should I get out of here? Should I go to another area? This area sucks. You know what? Yeah, peace. Lost. Dude, I'm lost. We're losing the helmet. Chat, we're losing the helmet. Chat. Chat, we're losing the helmet. Should I just keep farming? Keep farming, yeah? Somebody do something about these silverfish. Farming. Farming, chat, farming. Farming. Just take the helmet off, low key, should I? Honestly, you know what? You're spitting right now. We're gonna lose it if I don't take it off. Should I just make a diamond helmet? I got another key. Let's go. Chat, we got another key. Let's go. It goes to the blue one, right? That's a good key? Wait, are y'all serious? That's the maze key? What?
Breeze run.
So that's what I'm looking
Ominous
for
trial
here?
key.
What does this unlock? Does it unlock the green one? No way. Keep killing them. Okay, so I should look for the what's it called? The green one. Yo, if I get this, you know how crazy that's gonna be? Which one is it, though? Is it any of these, chat?
Wow, this place is big.
It's the one by the beds. Chat, you want to know what's crazy, bro? Type 1 if you want to know what's crazy.
You don't know where that is?
I ain't telling y'all. No, I'm playing. I have absolutely no idea how to get back there. I'm going to keep it a stack with y'all.
Yeah, exactly.
Loot at the spawner? Okay, relax. Oh my God. Steak!
He passed the green chests by the beds earlier, and now he's trying to get back to it. And I guess the trial chamber is pretty big.
I'm about to panic, by the way. Can I get out of this
No, don't.
area? How do I get
You don't have
back
to worry
where
about
the
paying
beds
attention.
were?
He
There's
doesn't
no
know what
way
he's
I
doing.
got lost this easily. Can y'all please console me? I found it.
Okay, you found it.
So what is best case scenario right now?
I haven't explored as much as I should, maybe. I thought I did everything except that big wave fight. Yeah, apparently there's like a little chamber with beds, and it'll have another chest in it, which will hopefully have the last piece of the mace. We'll see if that's true right now, to be honest. I've never done it.
Is this the main thing I came in this place for right here?
I need to brave and do the fight. I need to be brave and do the fight. I found a tree room with chests, but good to know. I'll keep looking tonight. Yeah, I think there's a bunch of chests that have really good stuff in it. But maybe there's only one chest that has the specific piece for the mace. Okay, so he got ender pearls. Wait, I gotta back it up. I gotta see what he got.
Is this the main thing I came in this place for right here?
Okay, so we got a diamond pickaxe, wind charges, coal, and that's it? Oh, damn. Unlucky? Question mark? And ender pearls, yeah. Yeah, I'd feel cheated too. I mean, it's a double enchanted axe, but it's no mace head, that's for sure. So maybe you have to open up a bunch of chests, and it's like a percentage chance you get the mace head.
That's literally the worst possible loot.
That's the worst.
Is there another one of these in here? Yo, Bubbles with the 5. W Bubbles with the 5. Thank you, Bubbles. There is. So the mace is super rare, huh? Like super duper rare? Man. How did I get back to that other area, dude? Do I need to pop this potion too? No. Oh, I already have one. Should I just uncover the spawners? Does he have a diamond sword? They're nasty? What'd he give me? No way! No way! W. Bane of Arthropods! Gimme! Gimme!
Gimme.
You. Dude, I don't need no steak action, bruh. Should I get rid of the wind charges, Chad? Are they good? Try one. I mean, I guess I'll keep it. Okay, so was that one that was at the top that I saw? That was one of the good ones, right? Earlier? But, bro, I don't remember how to get back there, chat. Oh, my goodness. How did I get back there, bro? Hold on, I'm thinking. Let me think. Is this the way? This ain't the way, right? People said you can craft the mace. Oh, this is it. I got 17 more minutes left. Tell me this is a good one up here. Chad, is that a good one?
Gamba.
Cross your fingers. Cross them!
Damn. You got chest piece, emeralds, wind charges, and then wind charge arrows.
Is there another one of these in here? I'm disgusted right now. Type 1 if you're also disgusted right now. Life. Yo, that music came out of nowhere. Yeah. Okay, let's do this. Lock in. Shoot him! Fight, you goobers! Uh-oh. to dookie something out? Baked potatoes! Lock in. Still got like 15 minutes on that. The idiots want to fight each other, idiots. y'all some goobers. Armor's alright. I'm him. They down there fighting. Yup. We're good. What did I get? The fact that people are typing shield in the chat as if you didn't just see me drag a fresh shield into my inventory 30 seconds ago is mind-boggling. Boggling! This dude's butt naked. Sucks to be you. I'm casually about to die. Hello, help. Yo, why am I running so fast? Give it to me! This is beautiful. This is beautiful.
Boggle.
Where can I find another one of these at right now? Somebody tell me. Yo, Lex with 5,000 bits. Hey, Queso, can you congratulate me on becoming a dad? Also, my girlfriend has really bad bubble gut. What? Yo, congratulations, Lex. Appreciate you, man. Yo, congratulations, Lex. Chat, tell him congrats. Hey, Case, just some helpful tips. The infested effect doesn't do anything if a mob dies when it's silverfish 2.2, which is used to 2.2. It has 2.2, 2.2, 8.3%, 2.3. Okay, thank you. So, heavy core is what you're looking for, right? Ow. Let's keep looking, chat. Let's see what else we got in here. So this has been pretty garbage so far, right? Garbage loot. What is this one? I've already done that one. Okay, let's keep looking. Is there anything else here I haven't uncovered? Okay, we're good. Use the same vault. You can't do that, right? Dude, are they serious? Do they think this is a joke? Do they think your boy is a joke that they can sit here and play these games with me and I won't snap somebody up? Who do they think I am? I mean, let's be real here. This is, they're disrespecting me. Cross your fingers. Is this good? Should I take this? Should I throw this away? Keep it. The Ender Pearl's the best thing we got out of here. Ain't that something? Where does this go? Okay, thank you. Yo, is that death? That's like certain death, right? What is... Why is there a ladder right there? Oh, is that a spike? Oh, nah. They tried to get you, boy, huh? They tried to kill me, chat. No way. They wrong for that. I love being my honey bottles. I don't know what I'll do if it wasn't for them honey bottles I keep getting. Man, I just love me some honey bottles. Oh, Lord. Keep giving them to me. Like, what is... I don't understand, bruh. Yo, I'm glad I only came in here because this is part of the, you know, the challenge to complete it. But I'm glad I wasn't in here looking for something good. You know what I mean, chat? Because I would be sourly disappointed right now if I was looking for something good. Like, I'd be hurting if I came in here looking for something. I don't even know what that is. I don't either. I literally have no clue. But I know it's not good. Is that it? Did I conquer this thing, chat? Is that it? Is that everything in here? If I pick up one more of these bricks, I am literally taking my pants off and I am throwing my butt cheeks full speed into the face cam. Because this right here is getting ridiculous. Stop picking up the bricks. Chad, is there more here? I think this is everything. Even if there is more here, is it even good? You know what I mean? Like, probably not. There's one more vault. Is there really one more? Wait, what is over here? The moves are insane. Have I been here? Uh-oh. not been here. Riptide too, huh? Man, that's what I was looking for the whole time I came in here. I was wondering, I was like, man, you know what I want? I want Riptide too. Yeah, I'm glad I found it. You know what I mean? Riptide too. Oh, how y'all doing? Why did my FOV... There's no way you just slid in here, buddy. Is there a potion that makes your FOV lower? Oh, slowness? I hate you. I hate you. Two-piece! It's gonna take a whole army to take me down! You best believe it! I'm hit. I'm glad I gotta clear out my inventory. You know what I mean? How come he... Oh, yeah, he got a helmet. The mic broke. Yeah, that's a good feature that the Yeti mics come with. If you hit your table hard enough, it just cuts the mic out. Did it happen there? Chad, am I good at Minecraft? Why are the spawners not giving me anything? What is it? What'd you give me? Oh, regeneration for 45 seconds? I appreciate that. I don't know what I'd do without that right there. Let me go ahead and suck it down. Thank you. Dead, idiot.
Dead, idiot. Oh, I finally found another chest.
What's all that noise? gonna just dookie out a steak right there, right in front of me. Right in front of me. It don't care about me. Oh, he's standing right here looking at me? Steak. All right. Chad, is that a good one up there? Let me see if this is good up here, chat. It is. Please, I deserve it, man. I really do. Like, I've been grinding. I've been running through here killing everybody. You know what I mean? I just go ahead and just let me have it, bro. Please. Come on. This is it right here. Drink a potion. There's no point while I'm about to do this. I'm about to pop in a minute. Is that the last one? Oh, cool. Honeycomb. No way. Did I drink the wrong potion? Is there something behind there? Yo, something tells me there's something behind that. Oh, I was completely wrong. So did I go through this whole thing, chat? I think I went through everything. What else could be in here? Dude, imagine being a little kid. Imagine being like a little kid. Oh, man. My buddy said there was a mace in this place. I'ma go in here, give me a mace. He runs through here just getting destroyed. And in the very end, there's no mace. Nothing but some stakes and some wind charges. Pathetic loser. You thought you was going to come in here and get a mace? You thought. Me? Did I think? No, I didn't even want the mace. I wasn't even thinking about it at all. I didn't want that.
I did want that, man. Fuck.
I wanted it. I wanted that mace. Here we go. Rest in peace. Bro, my curtain just moved in here on its own. Oh, I got the door open. There's some wind action. Never mind, I'm good. Yo, I look behind the monitor. Curtain just swayed like big boy swayed. Yo, Slimmy Jimmy with the 10, thank you. Armor begging for mercy, too. Dude. Pop an apple just in case. Keep taking damage. Yeah, a little bit more. Keep taking damage. Oh, you're done? No, you're not done. Okay, keep hitting me. Thank you. I love that repeatedly getting hit over and over again noise. Yep. Keep hitting me. Yeah, keep hitting me. That's my favorite noise. Yeah. Yeah. Thanks. Golden carrot, best food in the game. Get a load of this nerd. Just type that in all caps. Golden carrot, best food in the game. I don't care about no golden carrot. Dude, I mean, bruh, they couldn't have gave your boy a mace, like, for real. they couldn't have gave me that, bro. Like, they for real didn't give me that. Dude, that is crazy.
Wait, I didn't see, did he get any rods or other bits to make it? Yeah, so it looks like he got a bunch of rods, the breeze rods, but he just didn't get the top part. And it looks like he's not going to get it. I was waiting for maybe he's doing this for dramatic effect and he's going to open a couple more chests and get it. But I don't know if he does. Here, I'll skip a little bit here.
Is that everything? I think that's everything, right? Yo, what keeps hitting me, bro? Is that not it? We did that without dying. R.I.P. Tom, he was an amazing fish. R.I.P. Todd, too. Let's go. Yo, Khalidi with the 5, thank you.
Yeah, he drank 2 potions. Both Omen 2. And he just opened the last chest for this episode that he did for it, and they gave him a spyglass, a CD, an enchanting book, and arrows. Damn. Never gets the mace. Sucks to start. Sucks to suck, dude.
I haven't heard of video game drama this big since the whole Dream Minecraft speedrunning saga. What's happening with the Marvel Rivals $40,000 tournament situation is pretty bizarre. In a nutshell, there was a Marvel Rivals tournament with a $40,000 prize purse. There was a player by the name of Kingsman who really wanted to take this seriously, making a mention that this money would be very helpful to him as a college student. And the rest of the team didn't seem to take it all that seriously, and eventually, when Kingsman was trying to, make changes to the team comp so they could better stand a chance at winning, they all attacked him, and eventually it led to him getting kicked from the tournament. His team then went on to place second to last in the tournament.
He dies. Okay, guys. Haste and point proven right now. Do you understand?
No, it's well, you've been making me play shit. Of course I'm gonna
How
play
do you not see the problem right now?
Wait, first of all, it's that ass Kingsman, like, shut the fuck up.
Okay, bro.
You're doing too much. Lucy's not even on Invis. Second of all, you're getting value because
No, she shouldn't be dead.
Yes.
I'm getting value because I'm 1v6ing.
Hulk isn't peeling for you, bro. Yes, Zaza is 0-5, but we won the point, bro. Why? Because they were hard, like, 4 people are dying here. That means 4 of their util, 4 of their resources are all spent on Zaza.
I saw this a couple days ago and I was so confused why anyone would be joining a tournament if they didn't actually care about winning at all. So he is very clearly trying his best to help the team win. And they were talking about like how toxic and annoying and insufferable he was, things like that, which eventually led to him getting kicked and being like disrespectful, that kind of thing. From all the clips I've seen, he never made any like personal attacks against anyone. He was never even like overbearing or like yelling and screaming. The closest he came was in this clip here where he's like, do you understand? Like, case in point, we should make a switch. This isn't working. Our Widow is 0-5 and 0, which is a very fair point and a good suggestion because it clearly wasn't working. They may have won the point, but I think it's a large part because Kingsman put the team on his fucking back here. Like 18 and 2, he was kind of going Insano style. I don't know why this became such a huge issue for his teammates where they hated him so much for trying to win that they started insulting him after the fact. And that's where most of the drama stems from. Them refusing to switch is one thing that feels like it's kind of trolling and just intentionally throwing the tournament for the sake of vibes, which is weird because, again, just go play quick play or something. Why even bother going into a tournament if the goal isn't to try and win it? He made it clear he wanted to sweat because this would be very important money for him in his situation with college. Now, I also heard that when the tournament was put together, there wasn't an announcement about how much money was on the line. So I think maybe there was some confusion from the team where they wanted to just play for fun and sillies and goofies. And then once $40,000 was announced, they still had that mindset. Meanwhile, Kingsman really wanted a piece of that pie because it would be helpful to him. It'd be like $3,000, which is a significant amount of money, especially for someone in college where this could be very useful. So that clashed where he really wanted to win. His team, who they didn't give too much of a fuck. They didn't think it was that big of a deal. So he, throughout like their time playing together, would be making like suggestions and saying like, hey, you know, there's going to be this in the tournament, there's going to be that, maybe we should look at this, maybe we should look at that. And I think they were just getting so annoyed that he was wanting to win so badly that they started to really resent him for it. It eventually led to like the bubbling over point where he got reported to the tournament organizer. They said a whole bunch of nasty stuff about him, and then it snowballed into what it is today, mainly because the team captain was so vocal about her disdain for this guy. She said things like, I'm pretty sure he spent all 20 years of his life inside playing video games, which is why he lacks social skills. You are also spending your time inside playing video games. You're a streamer.
Well, I saw Asmund talk about this. It's so dumb. Like, the reason he got kicked, super dumb.
Why are you using that as an insult against him? I didn't really detect a lack of social skills throughout any of the footage I saw of them playing together. I guess you could make an argument that, you know, maybe his attitude could grind your gears because he was offering like a lot of advice on potential team comps, and he did multiple times mention like, hey, the Black Widow's probably not going to work here. We've got to be mindful of like dive comps, that kind of thing. Would you be willing to try like Bucky perhaps? And they would always kind of like roll their eyes at him and be like, shut the fuck up. Like, there's a clip I saw where one of them was like, you've got to just drop this, drop this, drop this. That's enough. Stop making suggestions, basically, about, you know, switching. It's not happening. Look, which I think is a pretty hostile response to that, because this is coming from a place of him just trying to help the team win. I don't think he was being like necessarily overbearing with it or anything like that. He certainly wasn't really being aggressive about it. Like, he never got personal. He was never like insulting his teammates. He was never doing anything like that from what I could tell. So I truly didn't see like a lack of social skills. I just saw someone who really wanted to win because there was a significant amount of money on the line. And if you're in a tournament, why would you not be trying to win? Team captain even made this statement saying, "I don't want to win with someone who can't take no for an answer," which is a certified stinky comment for sure. That's a big time PU moment right there for the Jumbotron. I don't know where that's even coming from. His suggestions weren't heeded. Okay? He didn't start like, you know, stomping his feet and yelling and screaming and pissing and shitting about it either. He's just like, okay, alright, we'll do it. We'll run it, fuck it, we'll do it live. And when it didn't work, he did eventually say like, look, told you so, can we please make this switch? And then still got attacked for it. I didn't see any examples of him not taking no for an answer. Like, yes, he did make a suggestion multiple times, like, would you be willing to try this? Would you be willing to maybe switch here? What about this? But that isn't not...
This is like, is this a video about essentially people don't have like basic cooperative skills because everybody's online. Kids are just not learning how to resolve conflict.
Taking no for an answer, that is coming from someone who wants to win a fucking $40,000 tournament. He then continued to insult Kingsman and I guess anyone that was supporting him in her Discord, saying, "Yo, Kingsman cocksuckers, screenshot this. Y'all think I ain't seen the toxicity in the Kingsman Discord with not spreading hate from the mods and Kingsman community?" Fire emoji. This one will really get your eyebrow in the air. So she's calling out the people that were supporting Kingsman, saying they're cocksuckers and how toxic they are. Meanwhile, she has been the most openly toxic, like vocally expressing her disdain for this guy and now like his community. And let's not get it twisted. I think it's pretty obvious. Most people have probably seen a lot of like really dog shit takes from people that are using this as just like a giant insult against all women who play video games. That is absolutely happening, and that shit sucks. Those are some fucking losers you can make fun of. Absolutely. But she, from what I can tell when this message was sent, was talking about like anyone that was expressing support for Kingsman, and I'm sure...
Yeah, some chicks having vindictive because one wanted to do what she wanted, even though it's a team thing. Asmon does it better because Charlie can't say the things that need to be said. Okay, I'll watch that one.
Sure, there probably were some like absolute greaseballs that went through and said some terrible things, sure. But to extend that to like anyone that was supporting Kingsman, calling them cocksuckers, I think is just kind of crazy. Especially considering she has by far been the most mean and nasty about this. Kingsman, from what I saw from the clips that were during this time, he tried to like actively say like, hey, don't go harass anyone and don't be mean. You know, it is what it is at the end of the day. Like, he was clearly upset about it, but I felt like he was doing, or at least making an effort to try and stop people from going and doing shit like that. She, on the other hand, was just openly attacking him.
Character? No, I know. Everyone thinks this guy's a loser.
Like a bug. That's just what happens.
That's such a good point. You're so right about that. And we're still gonna play Widow.
I need this for my college. I need this for my college. I have about 6 or 7 more years.
This is a clip I keep seeing spread around. That first clip is when he is explaining like why the Widow's not going to work, and they're like, oh, great point. Go fuck yourself. We're still playing Widow. That's all we're gonna do. We're here just for good vibes, good time, and I don't care if this money means something to you because it doesn't to us. That second clip, that is not Cece. That is someone else named Lucy, whom has deleted this VOD, so I can't even find the full context here, but from the sound of things, she is insulting Kingsman because of him expressing the want of the $3,000 because it would be very helpful to him as a college student. So then she's like making fun of him, taking the piss, even threw in an absolutely revolting 6-7 meme reference that'll make your skin crawl about it. It's just very mean-spirited. There's also another clip of her talking about it, saying, like, even if you support Kingsman, like it's fucking Israel or something. I don't even know what she was trying to say with that one. I guess since I referenced it, I'll show you that clip, too.
I have a genuine question. Like, seriously, answer this. Even if you support Kingsman, whatever, support Kingsman like it's fucking Israel. Anyways, whatever you have in your head, I have a genuine question.
I think everyone has a genuine question after seeing that segment there. I don't know why she would be saying something like that with this. Again, the whole VOD, from what I can tell, is no longer accessible, so I don't even know what the question she was about to ask is. But yeah, it's definitely not a good look, and she is very openly, like, making fun of Kingsman from what I can see in the clips that still exist of it. But this is not CC, this was not someone that played on Kingsman's team, I don't believe. All of this is only the tip of the iceberg, by the way. It gets so much deeper. There was a Google Doc that was put out there from the Widow's boyfriend. The tournament organizer initially doubled down, saying, nope, I maintain my position here. He deserved to be kicked from this tournament. He violated all of our rules. And then today he came forward very somber, like, look, I know everyone's mad at me and they're right to be mad at me. I was wrong about everything. I looked at this misleading evidence. It was only from one side and it was incorrect. I acted too hastily. So now he's like,
I wasn't lying. Oh my god, what the fuck does that even mean? I assume what she meant was because she's probably pro-Palestine, so there's probably a lot of people who defend Israel despite all the bad things that they do, that she thinks that they do. So she was probably trying to imply that people are defending this guy despite all the bad things that he's done. It doesn't look like he's done anything bad, but
singing a very different
probably
tune
in their
about
eyes.
how, he's had this come to Jesus moment after seeing the other side of the story with
Ramblings
Kingsman. It's
of a
very
mad
clear
woman.
that he was manipulated by incorrect information. He shouldn't have kicked him from the tournament.
When they come in here, when they come in here, when they hate, they're justified in what they're saying. They're absolutely right. They're absolutely right. 100%. No question about it. There's no beating around the bush. I don't know why it's difficult to admit when you're wrong and when you fucked up. I made a decision based off of haste and based off of misinformation, but everybody in the team knew what was going on. Everybody in this team knew what was going on, and the fact that nobody told me anything was... That's whatever. It doesn't matter.
Also, Kaplunk, whom was the boyfriend in this story, is reaching out with an apology, saying that he went about it the wrong way and overstepped. Zaza, the widow, told him to leave it alone, but he couldn't control his impulses. The demon had to be let out of the cage. Thus, he went in and started sending clips to the tournament
guy was a
organizer to
simp,
kick
plain
him,
and simple.
the
That,
Google
I believe.
Doc, all that kind of stuff.
Easier
And
to
then
agree with women
finally,
than argue with them.
CC, the team captain, the one who was by far the most openly hostile to Kingsman and anyone that was showing any level of support for him, came forward with an apology as well, saying, I'm sorry, I was going off
Damn,
the
it
video
sounds
and
like
forgot
this
to
guy won.
explicitly call this out. Earlier today, I woke up with 1,000 noties from the day before, and people had joined my server from Kingsman, having a panic attack, and I just started experiencing them. So in my freak out, I said Kingsman lacks social skills because he spends his time playing video games inside. I was angry.
Never
ended up
go
lashing
full
out at him
demon
and-
time. Yeah,
lashing out at him
exactly.
instead of his community. I deeply regret it. I apologize for flinging another insult out. It shows I have terrible character, but I will be working on watching the words I say and getting help with my panic attacks. A community note even got hot dropped on here straight off the battle bus saying, even after the initial situation calmed down, CC continued to bully Kingsman and speak ill of him across social media.
Damn.
CC has a history of attacking other players and talking trash. So that apology didn't really go as smoothly as I think she was hoping it would. And interestingly enough, from what I can find, Kingsman throughout this entire thing has tried to urge people not to harass anyone that's been involved in it. Zaza, her boyfriend, Cece, anyone. He's been trying to actively calm things down to the best of his ability, but this clearly blew up well beyond.
Damn, it sounds like this guy was composed, he was chill, and he was just like, hey, yo, we gotta change our comp, and he didn't get... It sounds like he won. I'm glad the collective subconscious of everybody was just like, yo, this is fucked up.
Beyond anyone's wildest expectations, and Kingsman actually was able to make over $3,000, which would have been his cut of the prize money should they have won the tournament, through subs and donations the last time he streamed, which I believe was
Yo,
last
and he got a
night.
bunch of subs.
So a bit of a
Good.
happy ending for Kingsman. Not exactly the smoothest sailing for his teammates that were bullying him, attacking him, and insulting him. That hasn't worked out super well so far. Anyway, that's really about it. So, yep.
Okay. It was unironically a good video. Oh, it's this one. Was it This Is Sad? I was saving this to watch later, but I didn't know it was about the same thing. It looks like you watched 7 minutes of it. Or that's just when it cut off. Oh, you're fine. You're fine. We out of stuff. Unironically, it's probably time for me to let's go do car stuff. To be honest, the sun's out. It's still cold, but I should try to do the things now. 15 minutes.
I ain't even late. 1 to 10. How we doing, ladies and gentlemen? I'm back. If you weren't here last episode, we did the trials chambers, and we didn't.
Okay. So I'm gonna fix your tail light. I know. I'm gonna fix your tail light. I'm gonna check your radiator fluid, and then I'm gonna do some research on the SUV and see if I can get it to start, or at least get some things I can try tomorrow, maybe. Whether that's some filters or whatever I think I'll need. I'm sure there'll be some recommendations for some stuff to try. And I think is that all the car stuff? Light, radiator. I might put a little bit more gas into the SUV. Check oil and cruiser too and see what needs to fix the engine code. Yeah, you're right. That's what it was. It was I wanted to figure out, because it's probably just a symptom of something else. Is why the sensor's tripping. So I'll see what the causes are for that code to pop up that isn't that sensor, and see what the internet has to say about it.
Not get a mace. This game is rigged. I'm disgusted. Bro's coughing like he's 60. Thank you for the 1,000 bits. Appreciate you, hits. All right. Objective, get out of the whatever we're in. There's a prediction. Look at me and my music disc. I'm glad I came in here with my little music disc. Man, oh man. I hate this game. I'm getting off. I'm instantly mad all over again. I'm instantly just mad again, bruh. Like, because I'm just reminded of all that garbage that we went through, that I went through. Me only. Right?
I love you so much. Okay. I might be on later. I like 4 or 5, but I'm pretty sure I'll probably just have to come get you by the time I'm done being all greasy. Okay. I love. I will see you so soon for a showers. I love. I agree. I love. Especially when we have stuff to talk about. It's dope. Yeah. I will I will not forget to set an alarm now also.